Hello, I'm Dave, and I hope that that's not my internet. That looked sort of strange and was choppy for me. Hopefully it wasn't for you guys. But anyways, well, it's probably me. Well, we've got another live stream. And when we've got a live stream, we've got the normal cast of characters. Nick from Earle Sports Bets. Mike M., Mr. Pimp Slap Play of the Day. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. Hockey's off to a decent start. We'll see how the third periods go in those two games. But, yeah, looking good.
Yeah, nice little hockey. Monday. Small card for a Monday, but I like the early start with hockey today. So that was wasn't excited to see Seattle get the shit kicked out of them, but that's okay.
Actually, they scored a few goals. I had the over in that game, but as somebody who's holding Seattle to miss the playoffs, that was a beautiful game.
Oh, yeah. I think we're going to see some more of that down the stretch, too. Seattle's going to be in some overvalued positions, and I think they're going to be
Yep. Really we're going to silence the Kraken going forward.
No, that's right.
Anything.
They were such a profitable team there for a while, especially if you were taking team total overs. And, I mean, on that stretch where they were kicking ass, I mean.
Their goaltending is going to be their problem.
Yeah.
Martin Jones is not going to get you a full year.
Yeah, I agree.
All I got to say is hockey, I need to read. I mean, granted, this is my first. I think I've caught on real quick, and I'm still up for the season, but this last month and a half has sucked. In fact, I took a real good. I drug my feet on grading my. I do everything manually. I don't use BetStamp and all that. So when I graded my picks from last month, I did as well as I've ever done in college basketball, about 9.9 units, and I'm almost even on the fucking month because of NBA and NHL.
Oof.
Yeah, so we need to figure something out. I can't. I almost need to fade myself for NHL. Anytime I really like a bet, I need to go on the other
side. I struggled early on in the NBA, but then I caught that trend, that trifecta over trend, and I was thinking about going back and trying to do a better job of tallying up those numbers. But I started looking at it, and I mean everything. It's hitting. It's hitting at such a crazy rate that I didn't even want to bother. It was like I know it wins. Catch a couple.
Yeah, no,
losses.
It's hot. I can't. I mean, it's something I can't touch. I really want to be in there with you, but. You know, once I go in and I mush a bet, I stay off it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, I've had a couple guys that'll ask me like, do you still feel good about this one with the lineup changes or what have you? And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It fits the model, and I'll run with it. So might take an occasional pop there, but it seems like it's just winning at such a clip that that's been the savior for my NBA. Then I go in there and take some plays that I might not normally take because it's doing so well that I look at it and think, well. You know what? I can take a flyer on this team and see if it hits or not.
Cool. Well, I don't like my NHL bet today. I did one I liked it the most, and it's the Pens Islanders over, and it was probably sort of a squarish bet, but that's the bet I liked. We'll jump in. We'll cap some stuff for tomorrow. That's kind of the point of this game. We're waiting right now. We're watching Duke Louisville, waiting for the TCU Kansas game. I've got TCU. We're talking about it. I don't know, Nick, what are you on?
I'm on the Horny Frogs.
Okay. I moneylined them at minus 118. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I moneylined them last night. And then Mike's still kicking shit around, right? You haven't decided what you're doing?
Yeah, I took the over. I got over 150.5. I think I'm gonna go with the +3 at this point. I'm just looking at that number, thinking it's moved enough that it could be a basket game, and I don't think Kansas is going to roll over for TCU. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Kansas is so red hot right now. I hate to get in the way of it, and I know TCU's playing well, and I don't know. I got this. We were talking earlier about recency bias. I saw a stat earlier the season. I shared it with Dabby Cab because he's always Kansas first half, and TCU and. There was a spot where I saw TCU at home against ranked teams was horrible. It was a horrible number. They couldn't win for squad, and then they went on a tear and they started covering everything. So I'm hoping they regress to the means tonight. So good luck to you guys. But if you have anything more than 3 points, I'm hoping it doesn't go your way.
I don't hate that bet either. That's why I took the money line. I didn't even take the 1.5.
Money line wasn't available for college basketball. We bet them the night before, so I've already bet all my games for tomorrow.
Yeah,
and there's no money lines available. on Bet Online where I bet, so I have to take the spread. So I get a lot of -1, -1.5, something like that.
No, I feel you. I know Bet Online doesn't have it early. They don't have it early.
I feel like if I go in too early, it's kiss of death for me. If I go, I'll beat the line value, and I'm not one of those guys that high fives about the CLV, but it seems like if I have CLV, that basically means I have a lost ticket.
Yep. I noticed that with hockey more
a lot
than
of people
anything.
say.
Because I feel like with hockey, it feels like if I bet a game early and I beat a 20-cent line movement, I think the only thing I can really think of is, I just bet early a very public play. Like, good. I determined the public play really early.
Yeah. I saw what everybody else saw, and I took it early.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely hate it where I bet something the day before, and I scroll the day of, and I see nothing but that play on Twitter. Like today, I wasn't on either, but when I scrolled through Twitter, I saw two sides very popular for these games today. First one was Seattle. Everybody had Seattle.
Yeah.
And the other one's Pittsburgh. Everybody's got Pittsburgh. So I think those are the type of plays where I'm mad I didn't pick up on that San Jose play. That felt super obvious, and I just didn't bet it.
5 wins at home all season is a tough spot to be, though. The Seattle plays red hot on the road.
And they were only plus 130.
Yeah.
With no Timo Meyer. With no Tomas Hertl. And they were only plus 130.
Well, cool. We got a couple people in the chat. Justin's here who said a bunch of stuff. I know he told me in the comments, you took the over. What's that at right now? I'm on the wrong side of that game. Oklahoma State. You have the over in the West Virginia. You have Kansas. I mean, it's you and Dabby Cab against the world. I mean, those are the only two cappers I know that are on Kansas. Well, and Mike, I guess plus 3.
But on the side of everybody else, though.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to go up against Cab. SpongeBob Square Bets. I mean, he picks like 3 or 4 bets and he hammers the shit out of them and he hits them like at fucking a ridiculous clip. So I'm the only one in Kansas.
17-point game in Duke right now.
Kansas.
So this is a sweat right now.
It's a big sweat, and they got the ball.
They missed.
How are you ahead of me?
I'm on ESPN.
I am too.
All right, Duke has the ball. 33 seconds left.
Oh no, you're way behind me. I have 17 seconds left. I have it on cable. Juho says, "Why did the line go from 1 to 3? Betting pressure, probably. I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Big ass TCU money come in.
Some steam started coming in there at the end on TCU. I looked like early money was on Kansas, and it turned over. It went to 47% of the bets, 63% of the money is now on TCU. So I think there's definitely some big money pressure pushing that line up to that. Like I said, that 3 is where I got it at. I think it's even 3.5 now in some spots.
So Duke beats Louisville 79-62. David the dumb F took the live over. Mike cashed his under, but we cashed. That was my best bet of the day. Covered by 2.5 points.
Louisville spread cock.
Yep. Louisville Cardinals.
Plus 18.
Oh, it's
Plus
disgusting.
18
I've been riding Louisville the last few games because this team has been doing nothing but covering these double-digit spreads.
Yeah, past 3 games, and they won outright. They won outright against Clemson. Yeah.
It was full on Louisville cock on.
And here's a killer. Here is a killer little trend. Now Duke is 5-14 after a win ATS.
Ooh.
It's like they take yeah. Well, you want to know why? I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of overvalue, and it's a little bit of Duke. Yeah, and a little bit of Duke taking the foot off the pedal. Duke is known for doing that, even with with Coach K. They were never. They're not like a Houston or a Baylor. They're never an overpowering team. They at times take their time and pick you apart and pull the foot off the gas.
And I get to see Houston on Saturday, so that'll be fun.
Oh, they're coming to ECU. Wow, for what?
Nice.
Oh, they're in the fucking dud. No shit. What am I? Why am I thinking they're not in the same division or the conference?
7 days, right? Or 6 days, whatever the number is now till the conference starts. That's the tournament. That's crazy. Crazy to think that it's just a week away. This basketball season flew by.
It did.
Yeah, in 5 days until East Carolina shocks the world by beating Houston.
I don't think so, but
I'm being sarcastic, obviously. Baseball is the real sport when it comes to East Carolina.
yeah.
Yeah, they had that nice run, right? Was that last year or the year before where they were going? They went pretty deep, didn't they? They won the whole thing, I think, didn't they? Am I mistaken?
East Carolina.
Yeah.
No, they currently hold the record for most super regional appearances without a College World Series appearance. So we are the Toronto Maple Leafs of college baseball.
Really?
Where we cannot get past a certain round.
Everybody's got to be something, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I grew up in North Orange County. Actually, I grew up real close to Cal State Fullerton, and I've been,
baseball team.
which is funny because they're nothing. They don't even have a football team. They haven't had a football team for 30 or 40 years. They got a basketball team, which is whatever. Sometimes they make the turn. They have to win. You have to win the what are they in the Pacific? Big no, they're on the Big Sky. Pacific or Big West or something.
West Coast Conference.
Yeah, they're in the West Coast, the WCC. Yeah.
Black?
But they've always been good at baseball, like nationally good. This little podunky fucking school, which isn't so podunky considering other places. But yeah, I've always liked college baseball. The thing I don't do is bet on it. Because every time I've tried to find an angle, I am wrong. So it's not a sport I cap.
College baseball, yeah. I remember I betted a lot in the during like the regionals and the College World Series. It was pretty simple during the regionals. Find the top seeds, find the teams that are hosting the conference or hosting the region. Parlay their money line in the over. And you made bank. Like because some of these teams, like the big teams, were dropping 18 runs on these small schools that were winning their small conferences. It's almost like the 116s in the what do you call it? The bracket. You'll just find the Vanderbilts playing the nobody from the middle of the nowhere, and they win those games 21-0.
That's the point. That's what I don't understand. It's like these games are, and they've become way less scoring because they changed, like the aluminum bats that I used when I played in high school aren't the same. Well, that's why there'd be a home run every single at bat.
There were some pretty big bombs this weekend. Yeah.
Well, they've deadened the bats. Well, granted, kids are bigger now and they're eating different, and there's legal steroids now and stuff. But not, you know what I mean, but like legal supplements that people didn't take back in the day. But anyway, I like watching college baseball. I don't bet on it. I will tell you this. I think we're finding some angles for the XFL, baby. I think
3-1 this weekend, and I saw on Caesars they've already released the lines for this week, and they have them this week. They did not learn.
Yeah, bet all overs and the favorites.
Over.
What are the spread like? What are the spreads like? What are the numbers for the spreads?
Sea Dragons are 2-point home favorites against the Battlehawks.
Okay.
Vegas is -2.5 against the Defenders.
Okay.
Orlando San Antonio is -2.5 at Orlando. And the Roughnecks are -4.5 at hosting Arlington.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. But what I saw from, I went 5-3. I took the square bets, all the overs and the favorites. And the reason why was I looked at the XFL the last time, and you got to figure the talent level's about the same. These are college kids. These are practice squad players that are young, or these are old over the hill NFL players. It's none of in between. It's one of the two.
Right.
And so if the talent level is the same, it's basically I don't think there's going to be that much variance. And when I looked at the best teams won, the best teams covered, and the games went over 40 points. So like you said, if the games are under 40 points, hit the over.
Which this week it's 36.5, 36.5, 38.5, 39.5.
Bet all the overs. And then I think any spread 3 or under. Bet the favorite. That's what I'm going to do. I think
I'm actually going to lock all these in now.
Yeah,
I think they go up as the week goes along.
Well, cool. We've got 3 minutes till tip off. If you're in the chat, thanks for being here. I see Stimmy's here. I don't do this enough. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Go to these guys' Twitters. Do all that.
Appreciate
Support
it.
the channel. And
share this video, share this tweet and YouTube. Let's get it out
Yeah.
there. Let's get some guys up in this chat. Let's make some money together. It's Monday, but
we're gonna do it. No, that's what I'm gonna start doing this all the fucking time. I mean, I don't know, religious people, but Lent's coming up. I want to get. I don't want to be drinking all the way up to Pubapalooza, so I'm probably gonna take a month off, or at least most of it. But I need stuff to do, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of these live streams to not have the nightly brown water. Anyways, no personal problems, but I don't know. If you know what Lent is, you got to give something up. So I'm giving some stuff up, and that's part of it.
I'm going to try to give up losing bets.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm going to give up losing.
Just for a couple of weeks. Then my bookie can get it back. It'll be all right. We'll be okay.
Who you are, Mike? Yeah, Mike's on Kansas plus, but he got plus 3. He got 3 points, dude. I
actually got 3.5. I just locked in 3.5, and I got the 3.5, and I picked up the over 150.5 as well. I'm a little less confident on that side of the house, but I think it follows a good system that I've been tracking, and I think we're going to see some points tonight. If this game goes the way I expect it to, we're going to see. I think we're going to see a lot of scoring. We're going to see it early, and we're going to see it often. So hopefully we get to 165, 170, and it's sweat free for me.
Don't hate it. Nick and I are on TCU. I feel good about the money line now that I would feel good about betting Kansas with the points, but having the money line at minus 118, I feel real good about TCU. I think this is like a bucket game for sure. Gio says, thanks for you're very welcome. He said, thank you up here. Best of luck. Michael Hernandez, thank you for joining. What app do we use? You mean betting app? I use all the. I'm in a state where you can use all of them. If you're offshore, use Bet Online. If that's the best one. Underdog Fantasy, but don't get anything for XFL. Bet Online has XFL. Go for it.
Yep, I just locked 3 plays in for the XFL because actually, as I was going and betting it, that Arlington-Houston game, the last game of the weekend, moved up to a 40.5. So I'm staying off of that one. I bet the other 3 though.
Justin's on Kansas. Stimmy OG says, yeah, this is a tough game to call. We did have someone pop in. He'll come back. We have a couple other people that showed some interest. We're going to have a good time Monday night. Watch some sports. Have some live opportunities. I'm gonna look for. I have a feeling I'm gonna be able to put another bet down. I think in this game. And TCU follows Oregon with that. Makes you want to throw up when you look at their freaking court.
I've got the Islander game on, so I'm not watching the Horny Frogs yet.
Bovada and Bet Online. 2 books at work. Not a fan of Bovada, but go for it.
Bovada odds suck, but it's easier to pull money from.
Yeah, it is. That's what everyone says.
Back when before things were legal with a lot of the books here in New York, I ended up with my bookie. I haven't used them. I haven't made any deposits in forever, but I keep getting player bonuses from, I guess, a while back, and I'll throw some money in there every so often and try to keep a little extra out there. But it's a nice little interface, nice little site.
Yeah, a lot of people use my bookie. I don't find a need to have too many offshores.
No.
So I've had a Bovada account. I still have one. There's nothing in it. I took all my money out. I've never my bookie. What else do I have? I can look through my emails. I mean, it's been like 5 or 6 years. I signed up for a bunch like way back when, and I might have like, I don't know, $50 or less in some of them. But
I'll throw some futures in on some of those offshore accounts now. Just something I don't really look at. I kind of toss.
Intertops was one. I don't even know if that's a site anymore. Intertops was one.
Yeah, Bovada is going to slowly going to become my futures book.
Just something to have out there, kind of set it and forget it, and then monitor as you go.
That's the book that I have Seattle to miss the playoffs at plus 550 sitting on.
Definitely a nice grit and grind when they open them up because you get all those new user bonuses, right? So you can get in there and put some money aside and drop it in when they open those books up. You can double, triple your money, get a bunch of free plays out of it too. That's the best part about it. Get out there and really seed some accounts early.
Yeah.
Well, we've yet to score a point in the first almost 2 minutes. Yeah, perfect is right. So we should probably start looking at the over now. But either way, I want to sit and wait a little bit because it looks like they're missing shots. They're not taking. Neither team's has good looks. Good defense by both teams, actually.
Jeez, time to turn the magnets on.
And
the rim's going for us.
And Kansas does the card. I mean, TCU has the ball, but you see these teams. That was a foul. That was almost a turnover. That was a turnover. Horrible. You see these college teams when they try to get. They think they're NBA players. They try to get momentum going, so they start shooting threes, and that's the absolute worst thing to do as a college to get momentum in college because you're not good enough to do that yet. Right. You're not a good enough shooter. You don't really. I mean, the reason why you become a better shooter when you go to the NBA is how much more practice time you have. I mean, you don't go to class, you don't do anything, you don't hang out with chicks. You're there 10, 12 hours a day just shooting. Stimmy,
you better win a couple of those bets so you can give her a little seed money too, you know? He says he likes to bet his lady's income tax check.
Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah, that's the thing about Stimmy is he's always stealing his girl's money.
Who was it? Who was it a couple weeks ago saying he only dates girls that don't have previous FanDuel accounts and stuff, so you can go in there when you start stating and log in and get their new
so you can sign her up and get a bonus. Yeah. 3 minutes.
That's one way to do it.
We got Kansas up 3-0.
TCU's done. It's over.
Blowout. They're blowing them out.
Yep. It's a rout.
What are we at?
It's a rout.
Mark it a loser. Tear up your tickets. Done.
Throw it in the garbage. I'll tell you another play I took on was I took this Alabama State game under 143.5 that starts in about 10 more minutes. I like that spot tonight. I thought those two teams are Bethune-Cookman's a scrub squad anyways. They don't seem to get a lot of games going over the number to begin with. And I saw that 143. That felt lofty to me for two teams that are pretty much playing to get it, their conference ready. So they're going to be working on a couple of things I figure early, try to slow that game down and run their systems to try to put those numbers where they need to be, get the shooters where they need to be. And that 143.5 just seemed like a little bit of a lofty number. And I jumped on Arkansas Pine Bluff plus 7.5 too. I like Pine Bluff.
I do too. They've cashed me a couple bets this season. Justin Cash, West Virginia over. That's good.
Yeah.
Grady Dick. Kansas hit a 3. I don't know if it was Grady Dick or not, but
so that West Virginia game, that same model fit the Kansas over. So I had the West Virginia over, and same model fits the Kansas over. But the West Virginia first half went under by like 8 or 9 points. I think the total came out to. So they had a high score in second half. That doesn't mean our over's not dead yet. Another minute and a half at 3-0 it will be though.
Yeah, Grady Dick did. I'm sure Grady Dick plus 1.5 threes is juiced to all high hell. It's probably if it's under 200, I'd be surprised. But good luck. Pedro's in the house from Portugal.
Cheers, Pedro.
Awesome guy. One of my first Twitter friends, and a pretty damn good soccer handicapper.
Jeez.
Well, Kansas is up 7-0.
Blowing them out.
Here's this route going.
Good job, Kansas backers. You took the dog. You took a top-seeded dog, and you're gonna win.
Well, the game's not over yet.
A bunch of squares.
Give me square bets win too.
Half the time.
Less than half the time.
I saw.
Yeah, slightly.
Somebody drew my attention to it earlier with I don't bet on a lot of women's basketball unless there's really nothing else on, but I saw this one today where it was UCLA and Stanford. Did you guys see that little trap? FanDuel had it set up. They were showing UCLA as the number 4 ranked team against an unranked Stanford, which is backwards. It's total. I think it's Stanford's 4 and UCLA 17, but they showed it as UCLA at a plus 650 money line, and they were getting like 10.5 points. not gonna lie, I took the 10.5, and I may or may not have sprinkled that money line at plus 650.
Yeah, go UCLA women's.
I have something to say about that. I'm gonna bring on our next guy on the panel. He's back. I saw him. He disappeared for a while. Now he's back. Probably had to go heat up some food. He always has some yummy looking food on the stream, but
there
he is. There's the guy.
What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
Well, we're doing.
Well, so what game we on?
Kansas TCU. I know you're not the biggest. I mean, I see you capping some of it, but I know you're more of an NBA guy. But we're going to talk about NBA. We're going to talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Okay.
Monday, I want to start doing some more live streams. We all like doing
them. Have a game tied to it.
Well, it always it helps me. Here's the deal. I'm selfish. It always helps me in my sports betting and capping and getting other opinions. So, I agree. And if other people want to watch and
So live update. I'm not sure if there's a lag or not, but UCLA is tied with Stanford 4-4.
All right.
4-4.
I'll take a plus 650 money line if that thing wants to squeeze in there for me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do they have?
LJ, it's Degenerate Monday. LJ, we're betting on women's college basketball.
I can grab UCLA plus 350 right now. I don't have any money on my Bovada account though. So.
Not gonna lie, I don't hate the look. I think I got a 10.5 before the game started and plus 650. Just a sprinkle on the plus 650 though. That wasn't. You can tell it's a Monday when I got tennis bets.
I could have gotten a 650.
Yeah.
How many NBA games we have tomorrow? We got a nice little card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, there's NBA tomorrow.
Not 9 games.
NBA doesn't start till Thursday, doesn't it?
Wait a minute. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I pulled up ESPN and it popped up the games. It's Thursday. Yeah.
It's been nice not having to worry about the NBA.
More time.
No,
Does it
man.
focus on hockey?
I want to fuck it. It's been fucking with me. I'm angry at the NBA. I'm about to
More tender.
I'm about to find an angle. I need to be more picky. My bets in the NBA that are working are prop bets that are hitting and
Jordan Clarkson over 2.5 threes.
No, not that one.
Well, that one stopped hitting a couple weeks ago. Actually, he got 5 the other day, I think.
And the other thing is taking big underdogs, like taking the Magic, taking the Rockets, taking the OKC. That's been my deal.
Well, the Rockets are going to the NBA Finals, so.
Well, the Rocket, not the Rockets. What?
Yeah, they're going all the way this year. They're an elite team.
I missed that memo.
Dave, I got you, man. Any angle in the NBA you want, any team, I got you. What you want?
Yeah, we need to talk more because I feel I was just telling them that I don't give out a ton of bets. In 51 college basketball bets in January, I made 10 units, right? So that's pretty damn good. I'm only up 1.5 units for the month because of NHL and NBA. God damn it. Oh, okay. We got another guest. We got celebrities, guys. The one and only. Sometimes he's a guy that talks like a guy, and sometimes we don't know what he is, and he talks like a girl. But maybe he'll do that. Guns picks.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
I just had to slap Dave twice before I came on here. What's going on, everybody?
What's up, dude?
Man, yeah, I'm watching. I got TCU. I'm on this one, so that's the play that I'm on, and I got a couple of late night stuff that I'm gonna be sweating as well. So it's gonna be a interesting night. But I've been hitting them this weekend. I went 23-10. So
I saw your results on your page.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we got to keep it moving. It's like you're only as good as your last day. So
it's true. Yeah, according you should see. I mean, your following's way bigger than mine, but you wouldn't believe the comments. And I mean, people forget. Oh, you swept 3 days in a row. Oh, you missed a pick that they happened to bet, and you hear about it.
Yep.
You know,
well, nothing you can do.
Yeah.
I was like, then I don't know. Figure it out yourself. Then I won't.
Yeah, that's why I say where are your plays. Give me your plays.
Right, exactly.
The people who come in and just troll, say, "Oh, I'm just gonna fade you." Okay, cool. I would like to see what you would do if I suck at what I do. I'd love to see what you would do if you post plays in my chat every day.
Yeah, do it every single day. Put in the work that we do. Here's the. You know what's funny is I put up that stupid whale cock thing, and and I got
I knew what it was.
Obviously people.
so happy when
The
you
only
did that.
person that didn't know what it was, who didn't want to open it, was Dutch. He's all like, "Bro, I'm not opening that." I'm like, "Bro, just open it. It's not like
It's you
an
two.
actual
How
whale
bad
cock."
could it
Dude.
be?
Anyway, but I
Thank you
got
for the
like
Dutch
3 or 4
whale cock
dislikes.
jokes.
I got like 3 or 4 dislikes. That's the first time that's happened in a long time. It's because people were actually opening it up, hoping that there was a 10-unit play, and they got
Or
that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
Islanders goal 2-2.
I love it.
I hate it when guys do those 100-unit max whale plays. It never hits.
They're going
My
straight to hell.
100-unit whale play of the year, and I'm up 7-0 this year. Well, it's only February, dude.
Yeah, where are
you
you?
got?
No. What I love the most is when people are like, "This is my game of the year for the 14th time this year." Like,
Yeah,
not the game of the year.
Or for the second, second time that day.
But like
Anyway.
that's literally part of the description when Tim and I put plays up on the website. Is we don't believe in locks and we don't believe in game of the years. Here's what we have for the day. That's our description for our packages. So like Tim and I hate when people are like, "Oh, it's my game of the year." No, stop that.
Let's hit the chat real quick.
Do that.
We got Chris in the house. Boise State was 142 all day. I finally took it at 141. I have nothing. I'm only on UC Riverside. It's the only other game I'm on tonight.
I love this late night board up.
North Enders here. What's up? We got another celebrity, Jeff Slaughter of PSR in the chat.
The Don.
The Don of PSR. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Hey, I just want to shout out to the push in the Florida and what was that today? Anaheim game today.
Okay.
Yeah. I had the over.
I had the under. And we both pushed.
Hey, but I made money off that game because I had the team total over with the Ducks at 2.5. So I started with a nice little winner there. Had the under of the Boston game that came through.
I cashed that
So
too.
it was a good start in the morning. I signed me up for some more 1 o'clock hockey. I'm cool with that.
Why did they have that today? Because it was President's Day?
President's Day.
Yeah.
So, some people have that day off.
Here's the thing. Keep it up. I loved it. I got to watch hockey during class. How good is that? I mean, I paid attention the whole time.
Yeah. Hopefully you're. I know your dad watches these. Hopefully he's not paying your tuition because.
No, I pay my own.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
I've paid my entire way through, and I don't owe a dime right now.
That's fantastic because I owned a small house when I got out of college.
Cheers for Earle for taking care of his bills, and he's handling his kids. So
what else? So we got Mike. Mike's told us what he's on. I know we're gonna have some other bets. We should probably start looking at some live opportunities. Nick, what happened? Islanders scored.
Islanders goal. 3-2.
Goals,
Let's go.
More goals, baby.
Oh, my captain Andersley.
Nice.
Guns. What else you on for the rest of the night, though? What other college action are you on?
I took Norfolk State, and they're not looking really good right now.
Norfolk.
Over Coppin State. Coppin State is like 0-9 the last 9, and actually Norfolk's been covering machine, but I think that one's dead in the water. For the late night though, I'm going to be on Cal Irvine. I just posted that up with a collab with Master Sports Picks.
Okay.
And then I put out I just did a show and I put out Cal State Fullerton versus UC Santa Barbara is my other play. So that's +6.5 on that one.
I don't hate either of those.
Yep. And then I'm not touching that Riverside game. I just something smells wrong.
That's what I thought. I mean, I got it at 6.5, so I got it before the line moved a little bit. But Cal State Northridge is so effing bad. Mm-hmm. And if I
Mastodons.
And I look, I know you guys are you're on the other side, but I like to kind of balance my betting out. If I like a lot of dogs, I go in and try to find, or at least think about some favorites. Yeah, because if you're ever too much on one side, it's going to burn you, and that's not a way to bet. You should bet what you like. But I really like the spot. I need to pull up my trends and my notes, but of all the favorites, that was my favorite play. Favorite play. Anyway,
yeah, I had to pick another favorite. So I like Cal Irvine just kind of fit the mold of like this shit that I've been betting on lately.
I'm on a couple of favorites. I got obviously TCU was a slight favorite, and then NC Central was a 2-point favorite.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm on Mississippi Valley State too. That was like one of my top plays.
There you
Go
go.
Delta Devils. I love that team.
I thought about that too. I was on the last time these teams played. I believe I was on Mississippi Valley State. I've been on 3 times this year.
I think Prairie View covered the first one. I think they won by like 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or it was something. But even with a line swing on it, it was like a 1.5 from like home versus away. So I was like, Mississippi. For some reason, like Mississippi Valley State is like 4-24 straight up, but they're 18-10 against the spread.
Oh, they're awesome.
Like, they're such a great covering team.
I love that. Yeah. College basketball, NCAA. I'm putting this out there. I would pay pay-per-view if you put IUPUI versus Mississippi Valley State.
I was just gonna say
I would pay to watch that.
the most profitable team in any sport in the past 12 months
IUPUI.
will end up being one of the top 3 because Golden State Warriors third quarter was one of probably last year was the bet, and St. Peter's unders. Those 2 and Ooey Pooey, as I affectionately call them, Ooey Pooey, as a double-digit dog, covered like all but 3 times this season or something crazy.
Yeah.
They should do like everybody's trying to make the bubble, but like the bottom 16 teams should have their own tournament somewhere.
Like the shit bowl or the shit.
It would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
would
would
enjoy that.
I feel like that's the CBI.
Yeah, like they have like the Thursday, Friday games. The March Madness owns the weekend, so you would have like those guys play on like Monday afternoon or Tuesday at like you make them play early.
Yeah,
and
that'd be so much fun. Just think about it. We can have a tournament with these are just power rankings according to one of the indexes I look at. We can have a tournament with LIU, Hartford, Green Bay, Mississippi Valley, IUPUI, Delaware State, Houston Christian, Lindenwood, South Carolina State, Copen State, Bethune-Cookman, Lamar, and FAMU.
I think it just moved.
Who wouldn't want that?
I think it moved. Yeah, it did move. That got me titillated. That's a great lineup. Just shit basketball. It's like trying to watch Polynesian basketball at like 10 a.m. on a
Polynesian basketball.
That's
some
degenerate shit right there.
Yeah, but there's no TV will not put. It's like it won't be televised. It'll just be like at a high school gym somewhere, and it's just some kid running a camcorder on YouTube that you have to like find out his where his live stream is.
They'll play it at a local park outside in the asphalt with chain nets.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be betting at 3 a.m. Russian table tennis.
Yeah, but that's like
that was some degenerate shit I did during the summer.
Yeah, that's COVID shit though. I mean,
that's COVID shit.
Yeah,
betting video games.
Yeah.
I had to say it. I woke up the other night at like I don't know, it might have been 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't fall back asleep, so I jumped in and I started betting on the KBL. I started betting on Australian soccer and something else. I had a great overnight. I was like,
I remember during COVID times betting I think it was the LPL and the LCK, which are professional Korean, no, not Korean, Japanese, and Korean and Japanese League of Legends, which is a video game.
Yeah,
because that was one of the only things available to bet is waking up at 2:30, 3 a.m. to watch those type of games,
or Madden simulations or whatever.
People were betting simulations.
That was a scam.
The Madden simulations. The only things I did with that was DraftKings offered free entry slates on these, and I used that to practice how to build an NFL lineup for DraftKings. You correlate your quarterback with your wide receiver. You run it back with someone on the opposite team. You correlate your running back with your defense, stuff like that. So it taught me how to build a proper lineup for DraftKings football.
It's funny. It's funny is one of the I mean I've been gambling and sports betting even since I was a kid. Just
you had shitty parents then. What the fuck?
No. Actually, I didn't. They were against it, but we were flipping quarters as junior high kids. Anyways, I did the whole poker thing. I still play poker and all that. But when I started getting serious about sports betting, was right after. This is a funny story. 2015, I started indexing NFL. That was the first sport I did. I wanted to say, hey, I'm sick of losing money, and it came after one drunken night where I won a bunch of bets and I put like $1,000 on the Indian Soccer League right before I went to bed. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to wake up to, and I lost it. And it made me sick to my stomach. I'm like, what am I doing? But I definitely have had those nights where you bet a sport you have no clue about. And it's just like, I want to wake up to a present, and it didn't happen. So
I haven't done that since KBO. Like KBO was always like the stuff that you bet before you went to bed. The games,
but KBO you can cap. I mean, you can cap. That's a cappable.
Exactly. Well, it's cappable. That's why I did it. Is like it's no different than betting MLB. You just have to figure out who the players are, who the pitchers are, and then the stats are there.
I picked it by the name, the Mumbai, whatever. It didn't even matter. It was just like, hey, Dave, it's time to start like having some sort of finding an advantage or at least being smart about it. But anyway.
I will say this: what I learned from KBO is it taught me how to be a first five better because their bullpens were so bad.
Oh,
they were awful. They would ruin you. You're like, oh, I'm up 8-2, and it's the 6, and then next thing you know, it's 10-8, and you're like, what happened? Like, oh, bullpens.
Exactly, bullpens, and also the MLB. A week ago, just confirmed that I'm not betting full game unders anymore because they're continuing the runner on second base rule
in KBO,
in MLB.
We're going to talk. We're going to talk about. Go ahead. Sorry.
And extra innings in the MLB equals over the total because you score a run in the top of the 10th, bottom of the 10th they score.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like the runner on second base. I didn't think I'd like it, but I do.
It's great.
I don't know how I feel about the shift rule going away. I don't know how I feel about that.
I hate that. It takes strategy out of baseball.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't like that either.
I'm that way too. I think
it just rewards left-handers who can't learn to hit the other way.
Pull hit, yeah.
They want more runs.
Babying left-handed hitters is all it's doing.
It's all to get more runs. It's all to get.
And
more
the pitch clock, I definitely don't like. I 100% don't like that because pitching's a mind game. It's a mind game.
The pitch clock. I don't like the throw over rule where you can only do it twice or whatever. That's all they're trying to do is lead to more stolen bases. That's all they're trying to do with this. But I think the pitch clock itself, if we just had the pitch clock itself and not the throw over rule, not any of that, I think the first year would be rough. And the second year they'll get the hang of it and they'll be fine. Like it doesn't exist. Like that's that, and I've seen studies with that in the minor leagues and all that, where it dramatically reduced the time of the game. I mean, on average, the minor league games after implementing the pitch clock were 25 minutes shorter.
Well, the MLB has year over year become like is slipping big time, and in fact, they're talking about it on the like go to the average person that isn't a sports person at all. Have them name 5 baseball players. And they can't do it. They can name 5 NBA players, 5 NFL players. They can't. It was Mike Trout and Bryce Harper.
5 NHL players.
That's
good luck with that.
Well, the NHL will never take over. But let's hit the chat real quick. We'll continue this. Coppin State and Norfolk State plus 17-point dogs. What sportsbooks early cash outs? I don't do the early cash out. I think the one that Jimmy uses lots, Bet365. I don't use that book.
Bet365 is a great one to use. Because I don't have access to it, but I believe it is in the NHL, you're up 3 goals. In the NFL, you're up 21 points. In the NBA, 25 points. And baseball, 5 runs, and you automatically win the bet.
That they all like if you're talking FanDuel and DraftKings, they all do cash outs. It's just
they do, but
those cash outs suck.
That's what some are way better. Some are like when I hear Jimmy, some of the times because I don't have 365, I'm not on that book. Even though I think I can in Arizona, I'm not sure.
FanDuel's cash outs aren't bad. Like I have them, and they're reasonable.
I don't seem to see the option very often. Like I've had, I'm guilty when I told you guys I woke up the other morning at 3:30. I ran a 10-leg parlay. Right, I got a 10-leg parlay going. I'm 8 legs deep. I got 2 teams. One of them's Iowa's left to go, and I'm looking for the cash out at this point. Like the games hadn't started. I'm like, it was a throwaway spot anyways. I just hit 8 of them. I see Iowa, and I forgot what the last game. It was a hockey game. I forgot what it was. No cash out option. 8 legs hit on a 10-leg parlay. No cash out option at all.
I had a 7-legger where it came down to the Sunday night football game, and I had the Chargers, and they were giving me reasonable cash outs the whole time. They never shut it off.
See, I didn't see one at all, and I might now. I know William Hill, Caesars, I think is what they do business with here across the mobile app world. They've got great cash outs. They're definitely, when you get to that 2 or 3 goal advantage in hockey, if you've got a parlay that's pretty close early on, you can cash those things out for full value. It's crazy.
Caesars is by far. I'm not sponsored by any. Well, actually, I can't do that. What are the books that? What are ESB's?
We don't promote any anymore.
Okay.
When we did, we never got a dime out of it. So we're
okay. So I'm going to say the Caesars for me has the worst odds. I can never. There's one time this year I got the Utah Jazz at +2 and they ended up like a 7-point favorite. It was like a small window. I got a CLV, but Caesars is William Hill. I live by Laughlin. They're in every casino. So if you want to go bet live, that's the only option you have is a Caesars book.
I use MGM, FanDuel, and PointsBet. Those and between those three, it's like PointsBet really has some decent lines. FanDuel can give you some decent lines, but there'll be a little bit of juice to it. And then MGM, you can catch that like football. I've gotten some really good lines.
MGM has really good lines for football and basketball. FanDuel has some really good like team totals and specific bets. FanDuel always has the best number, but DraftKings is important for baseball because they have the early lines a lot. They're like the earliest one to come out, so you can kind of judge. That's another one I like. But anyway.
Yeah, FanDuel gets the lines out pretty quick. PointsBet is pretty slow. Like they'll get out the main games, but they won't get out like all the games I like to bet.
I need to get on.
They seem to have great numbers though. PointsBet seems to have really
very good numbers. You usually get some like if MGM's at -3, you can find a -2 at PointsBet. You know what
Pinnacle's
I mean?
another one like that too that I'm not on, but Pinnacle has some PointsBet-esque type stuff. Chris Brady, SoCal Irvine. You mean Cal State Irvine?
It's fine. No, it's UC Irvine.
I think you mean
right?
SoCal.
UC. You're right. UC Irvine is University of California. Yeah, CS is Cal State. Yeah, UC Irvine -11. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that bet.
The best. It was -10. Like I'm sorry, -10.5 at 2:00 today. It's like if you're getting in -11, it's going in the right direction. You're still fine. I would take it.
Tomorrow, Air Force against Fresno State. I'm gonna start capping on the show. That's what I've been looking at. So
Fresno. Oh, yeah.
Like
who's playing? Air Force? Yeah. I mean, they're both kind of in the same position though. It's like I feel like they're. I mean, is Air Force road fave?
I'm gonna pull up the odds right now, and to me, I would look at the under immediately in that game. That's what I'd be looking at.
Wow, that was nerve-wracking. Pittsburgh had so many opportunities, and Islanders just got the empty net.
What is it, a hockey show? What did I just join?
What is? Wait a minute. What's going on in that game?
4-2 Islanders with 24 seconds to go.
Well, I tied. I pushed that bet unless there's another goal. So there we go.
Justin put a good one up here. Like I kind of want to take Tennessee because they're coming off that loss. But
I'm not betting on Tennessee again this year.
I think that there's maybe more regression than anything else, and they're getting into March form, what Tennessee does best, and they just suck ass.
I was gonna say I think Tennessee falls off a cliff. Actually,
yeah, I'm worried about that.
I think the teams that rise to I think you see I think this is the year of teams that are ranked like the Gonzagas and the Villanovas and the Xaviers, teams that are kind of on the Villanova's not going to get in, but
Gonzaga's not going to get there either. By the way, their defense is not as good as it has.
Well, I'm trying to paint a picture. I'm not those teams specifically, but I think the top team. I think there's going to be more parity in the tournament than people think this year. I think there's only a couple teams that are completely like blowout teams. I think Duke could win the whole fucking thing.
Oh boy!
Yes.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that.
Yes.
But do you see what I'm saying?
They're a dark horse, though. They're a dark horse.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I'm a fan. I get these thoughts in my head, and it fucking ruins my every time I fill out a bracket. I put Duke in the Final Four. It's like, listen, it worked for me last year, but like, I don't know. Like with them, they're as healthy as they've ever been. Like having their top, like they had two guys that were in the top five 5-star recruits, and they've played maybe like 5 to 7 games together.
Yeah.
Because somebody's always been hurt. So yeah, I like. What
or look at UNC who brought back. Oh, they're playing like shit, and they brought back their entire team almost. It's all the.
It's just momentum. You get hot at the right time, and you just can be able to.
So you look at the rankings, right? Obviously, Houston and Bama right off the top, they could win the whole fucking thing. They're yeah. Yep. But then you go down to Kansas and question mark, UCLA question mark, Purdue is a question mark. I think they're kind of slipping a little bit. Arizona's.
I don't think any Big Ten team is going to have a shot.
Arizona's a team that no one's talking about. They're big and fast with all those European guys. They could win the whole thing.
Like those Pac-12 teams always get slept on because nobody watches them because those games are at 10 o'clock at night. So a lot of the people don't see them play.
The Arizonas and the Arizonas and the UCLAs of the world.
Right. What like Miami's 22-5. They've had some moments of brilliance this year.
I like Miami. I think they're a good school. That's a good squad.
Indiana is another frustrating school we've talked about a million times. They have the pieces to be a really good team. What if they catch fire? I mean,
I want to see. I'd like to see Maryland really do something, but every Houston. Time you get them away from home, they suck. It's like so they can beat everybody at home, but they can't beat anybody on the road. So it's like what? So are you that good? I don't know.
I think it's going to be I think there's going to be some good betting opportunities, but I think it's going to be a tough bracket to fill out.
I think TCU could really give some teams. They're getting undervalued right now. I think you can still buy them right now at like anywhere between 35 to 40 to 1 to win the national championship.
If you're looking for a long shot, I think Creighton's a decent look too.
I was just looking at Creighton. I like Creighton. They seem to get it done. They seem to play. They get together this time of the year and they come to play. You know, it's
Big East is a good basketball conference. So that definitely is.
I never like buying a future until I see a bracket. Like when the brackets all finalized and you can actually see like 64 teams or 65 teams.
The texture, you're right.
Then you can see what their path is. And it's like you can still get the same value for the most part as for a future before Thursday. So why wouldn't you just wait? I mean, some people grab it early. I'm like, I don't know. It's like I don't really know what. I mean, there's so many one and doneers. You have so many guys that are not staying in school. It's not like college football. I mean, you have to really like hone in and watch these guys play all the way through their whole regular season before you actually make a future.
I think the futures I like to make is when I see the bracket to win that, like the quarter of the bracket, like to win the northeast side of the bracket. Like I want to bet a team to do that. Like last year I had a few of those. I think I cashed a couple. I didn't have North Carolina or Duke. I did have Kansas.
Like, okay, so like Arizona's number 7. They're a 2 seed probably. Baylor is number 9. They're a 2 or 3 seed. Those are 2 teams that could definitely go to the Final Four that no one's talking about. We're talking about meaning not a Bama, not a Houston.
Yeah, of relevance, sure.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of 2, 3, 4 seeds that are gonna make some waves, I think.
For me, when I'm looking at the bracket, I'm not looking at who I think is going to win the whole thing. I'm looking for a team that's going to upset in the first round. I'm looking for one of those mid-major schools that are going to come in and break some brackets. There's a couple of teams I have circled that are going to do that. Teams like Oral Roberts, teams like Furman, and teams like Kent State are 3 teams.
Indiana State could do it.
The Sycamores, I don't mind them either. I mean, IUPUI is going to win the whole thing.
Youngstown State's really tough.
Like, you look at 5-12. You look at
Horizon.
You look at the 8-9s, the 8-9s, and the 5-12s. That's where the moneymakers are. The first.
Any of those mid-major schools that go over a lot, right? If you look at their ATS totals and they go over a lot, those are the teams that can literally get. Oral Roberts was like that a couple of years ago. Was it 2 years ago when they whooped up on Ohio State and. They made a nice little run. They were an over team, right? They just kept putting 3 points in like it was their job, and next thing you know, they're 3 rounds deep, cashing all kinds of tickets.
Brandon the Great.
Yeah, and I think Tim and I said that for the bracket, we're going to take every single 16 seed ATS wise.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Brandon, I got it at 6.5. I don't mind. I like it up to 9. So yeah, that's my opinion. Guns is off of that game, and I don't know if
like if I would have taken a side, it was this
Riverside?
Riverside,
Is
but
that-
I
is
thought
that
the
the
line would
Northridge
be
game?
higher. I just thought the line.
Oh yeah,
would be
Nick's on the
higher.
other side.
I'm on the Mastodons.
Yeah, I like Northridge in that game
Or
too.
Matadors.
I was just seeing this here. The home team has won each of the last 7 games for Riverside, so
Yeah.
they're not showing up on the the road.
I
The
know
Mastodons are a different school. Which one is it? You know that. You know the answer to
That's
that.
IPFW.
Yep, Fort Wayne.
I know this is probably one of the most useless information, but I know way too many college mascots now because of college basketball. I know the most random schools now.
What's the best one? Presbyterian. It can't be
Blue
beat.
Hose.
Blue
Gotta
Hose.
love the Blue Hose.
All right, who's UC Irvine? What's their
Anteaters.
Anteaters, yeah.
Well, I wanted Earl to do it.
Sorry,
'cause he's
sorry.
the one that made the fucking comment.
Sorry, I'm from Southern California, so I know that one for sure.
I'll
How
put
about
my
Akron?
hands up
Give
so you
us-
can't
give us
see.
Akron.
Akron, I know that one.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Akron?
You're talking Mac.
Akron the
Yeah,
Zips.
now you're talking.
Yeah,
about-
that's easy.
Yeah, that's way easy.
Okay,
That's a stupid school name.
let's dive in a little deeper.
It is kind of. It may be canceled. I would say that.
Yeah,
All right, what's NAU? What's Northern Arizona?
Lumberjacks.
You got it. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, you get into the MAC teams, he might get screwed on that one. What's Ohio?
Bobcats. The Ohio.
The Ohio
Bobcats.
University. Yeah.
But you don't know Akron though, right? You said
Zips.
Okay, you did. Yeah. Well, you just get canceled.
You got to pick West Coast teams because you won't know West Coast teams.
Portland State.
Portland State.
Oh, sus.
They're not the Pilots. That's Portland.
Portland.
Yeah.
Portland's fuck.
I don't know Portland State.
Yeah, I don't either.
Stumped everybody on that one. That's how shitty that program is.
They're bad. They're bad. They get some outrageous lines. I just skip.
Well, in this game, we're tied up 25-25 with 3.5 to go.
Am I wrong for liking their court?
Bobcats?
TCU?
Are
I love
Portland
that
State the
court.
Bobcats?
It makes me want to throw up.
I think they are. I got to look it up.
Well,
Portland State?
Portland
Yeah.
State? Are they the Bobcats? Or no, is that Montana State?
Montana State's Bobcats for sure.
Fuck.
I got another one when he's done.
Portland. I knew. Okay, so Portland State. I said it had to do with something like a seafarer, something on the sea, like a captain or something. It's on that. It's in that ilk. So Portland. It has something to do with the seafaring type of deal.
Hey, are we going to review
Are
hockey
they the
tonight?
Mariners or something?
Yeah. We're just shooting the shit. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Are they the Mariners or something like that? Portland State?
These are Sea Mariner people, but they're not. No, that's wrong.
Pirates?
Close.
They're
They
not
were
Pirates
Pirates.
is Portland.
No, they were
Or you said
pirates. Historically, they were pirates. These people.
5 of us. That's how bad this team is. 5 of us.
Vikings.
Vikings. Those are the Vikings.
There you go.
Just like Cleveland State.
Yeah, let's at halftime. Let's do this. We'll finish up this game. Let's look at. We're gonna look at some live opportunities, and then we'll talk some hockey, and then we'll talk some stuff for tomorrow. I know LJ's become a hockey capper extraordinaire.
Hey, I got so many trends. It's crazy. It's gonna blow your mind.
I know that I knew when you're like you did the same thing I did. I'm gonna focus on hockey, and I knew you'd have this like Bible of fucking.
No, seriously, bro. Like, for example, tonight, the Penguins. Do y'all know their ATS record at home?
Not
Terrible.
good.
7-20.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, fuck them flightless birds.
At
I
Okay,
can't
I got
stand the
one even
fucking
better.
Penguins. I hate that
even
team.
better. They're 1-13 in their last 14 games to the puck line at home.
Woo.
Wow.
Yeah, I had the Islanders tonight. I had the Islanders team total over and their money line. Today was a bounce back day for hockey. I went 0-6 yesterday, but 6-1-1 today.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the TCU sidelines there. They're doing quality recruiting in that organization.
Oh, I got another one. They're 4-16 in their last 20 games versus teams above 500.
They don't play well against good teams. That doesn't surprise me.
Hey,
The most recent wins for the Penguins are the Ducks and the Sharks. Like, and they're getting blown. They're losing games against the Islanders, the Devils, They got badly outplayed against the Avalanche, and somehow DeSmith won them that game in overtime. Like, this is not a Penguins team. If this Penguins team makes the playoffs, they're getting their ass bounced in 4 or 5 games.
Hopefully they'll play on the road because they suck at home.
They would play on the road because they were an 8 seed.
We were on the other side. Most of us had Louisville.
He pushed though. He pushed.
Oh, he did. Yeah, you did push that. It was 17. Well, that's good for you because you didn't lose. TCU money line. A bunch of us are on that. Some people are on the other side. If you're in the chat, thanks for being here, guys. A lot of regulars. Hit the like button. Go and share this. It's on Twitter too, by the way. If you guys want to go retweet it as well. We're going to be doing. I don't think there's enough live streams. I think a lot of us. We have families and stuff, but I'm going to do this a few times a week. During baseball, I'm going to do it too. I don't think enough of these channels do this. And what helps me, LJ knows this, not Mike and Guns, but Nick and LJ knew this. I was doing the Capper Collective twice a week, which was just like a 4-hour shooting the shit about capping. And the problem is people didn't want to come on because it was so long. But I think if we have a game going and we're watching a game, that we can. This helps me. I'm selfish, and I think it helps other people. So people want to watch the process. That's just my thoughts. We'll see how it goes.
Because you can live bet and make actually more money than you do placing the bet before the game.
Or you can chase bets like Mike and I, and you could hit plus 1,000 bets at halftime. I mean, shit.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to the Jaguars.
So I was looking at the recap on that game. I was looking at my NFL playoff recap, and that game particularly, I ended up like 21 units on that game because I was with you on the plus 1,000 at halftime, and I kept in that first half. Every time he threw an interception, I was plus 1,400, plus 1,800, plus 1,750.
Well, you were quiet. You were quiet and smiling, so I knew you were pressing the button every time. And chase. And the thing is, I brought that up. Jimmy thought it was hilarious when you dipped out for the Super Bowl feed. I'm all like, they were talking about who was up. I'm like, do you know? I'm like, do you know Mike and I hit plus 1,000 at halftime? And oh, by the way, Mike was up over 20 units in that game because he just kept pressing the Jags.
Wow. I sent the recap to Jimmy, and he was like, holy shit. I said, that might have been cocktail induced too, but it just didn't feel like it was going to go the other direction.
Yeah, you can get in trouble for that, but you know what? You get one of those every once in a while, and it makes up for it. So
I need to actually now think about it. I need to go through and figure out what my playoff record was. I never did.
That was a big win versus the Jets tonight over the Rangers.
Oh, that was a beautiful game.
That was a big win.
How many times are we going to see the Jets as a plus 150 underdog like that? And I get it. They're playing the Rangers. I'm going to say that, and I mentioned this on my show this morning with that Rangers game. Schedule makers fucked them really hard in this game. And that was a scheduled loss for the Rangers. Because you just played, this was your third game in 4 days. Yeah. Where you played back-to-back in Edmonton and Calgary. Went to overtime in both those games. Traveled across 3 times.
Was it Hellebuck today?
Had 1 day off and then played the Winnipeg Jets.
Was it Hellebuck today?
Yep. Hellebuck played back-to-back games.
And you're facing a top 5 goalie in the league too. So, I mean.
That was an easy play for me. That was easy. I hit the team total by the second period, and I had them plus 151.
It's time to get back on those teams. I feel it's time to get back on those teams that you were at in the beginning of the season. I think, like, for instance, I think the Stars are a team that I want to be looking at. I think the Jets are a team. I know you're not as high on the Stars as I am. I think their offense needs to wake up. The Jets are another team that were super hot. I think the Rangers caught lightning in a bottle, are going to tail off. You need to fade them.
I've got a couple teams I'm looking to back and looking to fade the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I'm looking to back the Colorado Avalanche.
Really?
I got them about 2 months ago to win the division at plus 400. You can now this morning bet that at plus 180. And looking to fade the Kraken. Looking to fade the Kraken the rest of the year.
I'm trying to help his pick a little bit. I'm trying to help him sell.
Boom! Yeah.
Are we?
You have like a soundboard. Where are you getting all that?
Yeah, it was his Christmas
Dude,
present.
He's got a legitimate soundboard.
Got himself a Christmas present.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Well, I know a team that I'm going to be on for the rest of the season because they are an awesome team.
Minnesota Wild.
Psych! I will have to be on the Wild because I made that stupid thing, but I hope the Wild go down. Actually, I hope the Wild go to the tomorrow. I want them to go to the Stanley Cup playoffs go to 7 games, and I want them to lose by a referee bad call. I want heartbreak. I want pain. I want all the Wild fans to feel daggers.
You don't want it, so they're just like trying to play out the strings at the end of the year. You want them to like have their heart ripped out of their chest.
Yeah, I want them to be tortured to the brink of death, then burnt and dead,
like
and then I want to stomp on their ashes. That's what I want to do.
I want to see them. No. I want them to sneak into the playoffs and then get swept against the Avalanche. I want them to get their ass kicked for 4 straight games
by their bitter rival.
Their bitter rival. Unfortunately, St. Louis is not going to be able to do that job like they did last year. But I want the Colorado Avalanche not only to win every game of that series, if that's the case, but puck line them every single.
There's a lot that has to happen for them to meet in the.
With that being said, I'm on the Wild money line tomorrow.
By the way, in this game, even though it's 31-29 TCU's defense is giving them fits. Kansas is taking really bad shots.
They are.
Let's go over.
That 3 they just took there.
Over's
The over's not dead.
No.
What did you get for the total?
They got to score like 90 points in the second half, but
it was 150.5. So yeah, they got to score like 90. Maybe it's a tie game and it goes to 4 overtimes.
Yeah,
142.5. So
I watched 2. Who was it? 2 shitty ass teams. They had the under. I watched them score 12 points in 47 seconds to screw my under. How does that never happens in college, but it happened. Oh.
Happens everywhere.
Yeah. But it was who the fuck the team? They were like, what was the game?
Was it UNC Greensboro or was it?
It was one of those. I'll look them up right now. What I have, but it was disgusting.
Yeah, but going back to this TCU Kansas game, if someone told me they had the under on this one, I would probably say, yeah, I agree. I think both teams, if they both have strengths, it's their defensive abilities.
Yeah.
My concern with TCU was second chance opportunities with Kansas. We saw a couple. I've been watching a couple of those here. It's like Kansas is a better rebounding team than TCU, which is TCU's weakness. But
yeah, you're right. Oh, here it was. This is the game. Where was it? It was Queens, North Carolina, and Jacksonville State, and they scored. And Jacksonville State themselves scored 8 points in 40. And it was foul, 3 shot. It was stupid.
I'm hammering TCU second half. I'm going to say that right now to the chat.
I'm thinking about that too. So we'll get there. I'm thinking TCU is it's plus 1.5 right now.
I have a feel it's going to be a TCU -4.
Gabby comes through. I'll take it. I tailed him. Let's go.
No, is he on Kansas first? That is a Dabby.
Who lives in a pineapple in the middle of the boonies in Texas? SpongeBob SquareBets.
Hey, that's my podcast partner.
He's my boy. He's my boy since the beginning. Yeah,
I know. I put your fucking comment up because I knew that was funny.
Yeah, no, I know. I saw it. I knew it'd get a laugh, but he I need to lay off because I will, and I say this every time I make fun of him, but I've never seen such a square better hit so many bets ever in my life. And square not in a bad way, meaning a mathematically square bet.
He's strategically doing it by cutting the game.
He picks it and runs with it too.
Yeah.
So what he's doing is proper. So I would consider that a sharp.
There's a really good strategy behind it. That's all. Yeah. I mean, I'm down with that.
Yep.
Like he can hit a first half bet, and then the team that he bet against will lose and not cover. So I mean for the game. So it's a very unique ability that I appreciate. It's like he took Oregon first half Sunday, and that was his top play. And
his only play.
He wanted to talk himself into Maryland and he didn't. So that's kind of sharp in his head. Or even my head, and then he goes to take Oregon first half, and I like on my side.
I had Washington full game.
Washington State. I had Washington State full game, so it hit. So,
well, and we'll get in. We'll wait for the halftime lines to come out, but I will say about cap. There's certain types of different capping styles, and so many sharp cappers are finding ways to get underdogs and plus money bets and things like that. But there, and also there are very few sharp, what I call game watchers. They're not big stats guys. They're not big numbers guys. They watch game. He not only bets square bets and has a strategy. His thing for college basketball is I watch these big. He's a watcher. This is a good position. Yeah. And I can't do that. I'm going to say right now, I have to have indexes. I have to have stats and trends. I can't do what he does.
Like we did a show on Saturday, and it was during the Duke game, and he had Duke first half.
Yeah.
But I was like, let's just go live now. They're up 20. I was like, you're fine. It's like you don't have to sweat this anymore. Let's just go.
Yeah.
But I can't. I don't have to watch the games. Like I look at.
I barely watch the games. I watch games when I'm live on stream. Sometimes I'll put a hockey game on as like background noise. I don't watch games like normal people.
Well, I'm Billy Bean, so I don't watch games because I jinx them. Like I really.
Yep, I have that mentality too a little bit.
I will watch games, and I have ESPN
That's
Plus.
one of my favorite strategies.
But when I'm winning, I don't watch the game. When I'm losing, I'll turn it on. That's
yeah. When you have that, like you have that buffer, like a 10-point buffer or something like that, you'll turn the game on.
And I'll turn on that fucking George Mason, George Washington game at like 1:00 in the afternoon.
Basketball, I feel uncomfortable. Football, I could probably sit through a bet, like because I just love watching football.
Kirk Gray, you're an ESP guy. If you like Nick Moore, Nick's on Cal State Northridge. I'm on UC Riverside. So take it for what you want.
You guys are braver than me.
I like those California. I mean, the thing about you East Coast guys is you never. I did grow up watching those games and knowing about them. By the time the games go off, you guys are already winding down for the day, or some people are in bed. Anyway, what's the second half line here?
Yeah, that's what I was going to grab.
Yeah, and then we'll get to some hockey for LJ.
This thing, like, if you're gonna take this line for TCU, you better see it at like -3 to -6. It's like if you see it as them as a dog, or you seeing them at a low pick number,
-2.5, -115 juiced. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it now. That put him. Wait a minute. That put my bet as a loser, right? What's the score? 33 to what? Oh, I got that screen.
It's 33-29.
So would that be like if this game goes to overtime, you cash that play regardless? Second half. Does that include overtime?
But I think they win the game still. I'm on TCU too. I'm gonna take 2.5 right now. And it's thinking, and it's in.
That's what she said.
Yep. It's well, that one when that one thinks when Lil Dave thinks it's not good. Lil Dave. Actually, it's Lil David because the only people that call me David now are my family and chicks. The guys and my friends, they either call me Dave or Rogers. They don't call me David.
Hey, Rogers. Just kind of double check.
There's so many Daves in the world that everyone. I mean, you got to differentiate.
No, I understand. I've been called Earle probably more than I've been called Nick
because of Nick's. Yeah. Anyone else with halftime? Any halftime action? You're on mute, buddy.
I accuse of that. I admit that I'm part of that.
I took a small play on TCU second half.
I'm letting TCU ride out -1.5 full game.
Just so small, it's gonna get me maybe lunch tomorrow.
I put a full unit on it. I'm all in. I got basically because I have them at -2.5 and I have TCU money line. It's the same.
You have to understand it's the number 3 team as a dog on the road playing the number 24 team that's favored. It's just like this is mathematically impossible. But
that's why tomorrow I like 3 games where an underseed or a non-ranked team are a favor. There's three.
Which is the best. That's the best approach you should take every single time.
That would be A&M.
Yep.
That would be Michigan State, right?
Yep. Michigan State's one. Yep.
Off a loss too
and Mississippi State.
I like that spot.
Right, Mississippi State. No, Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech.
I think Virginia Tech is my favorite one. I need to index them, but I think Virginia Tech's my favorite one.
Yeah, that's
Just
part
without
of it.
looking at numbers, but Michigan State could probably be a play for me.
I think they're both plays for me.
Yeah. I can't see it.
All right, let's
Fading ECU.
go ahead, Mike.
I ran a 16 parlay. That's plus 5,000. That's still alive. All right.
All right, go for it.
Louisville cash.
Mike!
Oak State over cashed. Under in Hawaii cashed with ease. I got the under in the Alabama State game. Kansas plus 2.5 and Mississippi Valley plus 10.5. Let's go. That thing's still in play.
Wow, plus 50 to 1.
Plus 5. Yeah, 50 to 1.
Wow.
I can't remember.
See, now here's where we were talking earlier about the cash outs with FanDuel, right? No cash out option exists right now. Halfway there. Not that I would. I like all those spots, but I don't see any cash out option. They're telling me you're fucked.
Let's throw a little bit of NHL out there. I'm looking at this. LJ, what are you liking? I'm the first time I'm looking at NHLs right now. Nick, I know, has looked at everything, but
I've bet 3 games, and actually I'm about to jump in on my 4th game because I was waiting for puck lines to drop so I can bet a -1.
Hey, Bruins won. I saw that.
You talking about for tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow. You want tonight or tomorrow?
No, I thought we were gonna recap.
We're done for tonight. There's no more games going on.
Yeah,
what
the
I'm saying.
games are over.
Okay,
Games are
cool.
over.
Okay. Well, hey, tomorrow, yeah, let's do it. I'm definitely taking Carolina's team total over the Blues, and I'm taking it over. That's one. I'm already capped. Blues are 9 out of the last 11 to the over, 15 out of the last 20 to the over. Carolina 31 out of the last 33 games, 3+ goals. They're 14-6 in their last 20 games.
They haven't been. They past 2 games they haven't scored against not great goalies, but that's
that's why I listen to Nick because he tells me what goalies are confirmed and things like that. So I could just do process of elimination. I'm just putting the stat out there. But we could go.
Carolina's team total. I mean, we're looking at 4, 6, 3, 2, 5, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, that's not bad.
You're going to be paying 3.5 with Juice, though. They are -320 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Putting it out there, that's going to be an expensive team total.
Juice doesn't scare LJ, though.
No,
when he's on it, he's on it.
I'll just sprinkle a little bit on it.
I'm seeing.
I thought LJ stood for lots of juice.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
That's hilarious.
You're probably going to have to take a 4.5 or a 4 to make it worth it because I'm seeing the 3.5s -170.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I'll just take the over then. You know, that's just going to be the way I'll bet that.
Look at these fucking numbers tomorrow. The
Yeah,
Carolina
I
games.
have the Hurricanes projected for 3.95 goals, so that makes sense.
Carolina's -315. New Jersey's -350. Tampa Bay's -530.
Yeah, it's crazy.
530.
Honestly, it sucks.
Vegas is -295, and the Oilers are -310. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, it's time. It's time for
you want to know the sad part about all this? It's only going to get worse.
Oh yeah. What do you think the biggest line was?
Tomorrow we'll be like in a couple months we'll be like, wow, that was really cute as we look at Colorado -700 at home against Anaheim.
Yeah.
That's a whale play. 10-unit whale play.
That's right.
-700, lock it in.
Lock it in tomorrow.
Shouldn't that just be disrespectful to the dog and just take that team total to the dog?
Yes.
I mean, I was doing that a lot last year. Taking
Later in the season, those team total over 2.5, and when they hit 1.5, every single time there was a team total at 1.5, I placed the bet on it. Yeah. I laid 170. I laid 180 on these 1.5.
Yeah, I got you.
Scored 2 goals. Fuck off.
What's Anaheim's team total? Granted, they've been scoring 3, but if it's at 3, I think that's a good look for the under.
Yeah, for the under.
Yeah, dude.
I have them projected for 2.61 goals tomorrow. So
let's look at what the
over. Lighting at home against the West.
No, the Ducks team total.
No.
I'm saying that game is going to go over because if the Ducks get 3, I think
at +130.
I think they get 3. I
took the Ducks over 2.5 today.
I think the Lightning get like 6. I think it's going to go like 8 or 9 total.
The Ducks team total, and this is on MGM because MGM is one of the early ones you can get. The only bettable, 2.5 is -175, under 2 is -105. So if you,
I could see this being a 6-3 game tomorrow. My lean is towards the over 6.5. I have this game projected for 6.67. So
Is
it wasn't enough for me to
vasectomy
pull the
in
trigger.
goal?
Vasilevsky, yeah. I mean, I don't see the reason why he wouldn't be. It's not a back-to-back, and he's somebody that, unless they play back-to-back and Brian Elliott's in that, I don't see it.
And the Lightning are on a 2-game losing streak, and they haven't lost 3 in a row all year.
Well, they're going to break that tomorrow. I at least very well hope so, because they're going to be monster favorites.
So along that vein of, I like that thinking, LJ. And, Tampa Bay, I see here, they've won 4 first periods in a row at home. Mm-hmm. Anaheim had a streak of 6 first period losses in a row until today. So, you can look at that Tampa Bay first period -0.5. It's around -130 right now. It's still a little juice to lay for a goal, but it's like the perfect spot where they're coming off of double losses. You've got the team that stinks in the first period that just caught that first period against Florida today. And you got Tampa Bay who, again, first period at home is money. So I think that Tampa Bay first period -0.5 is a good look too.
Sounds good to me, buddy.
I haven't bet a first period in forever. I just don't have any luck with those. I just focus on full games. But if you're looking at underdogs later in the season, cut the game down to 20 minutes. Just like in baseball, when you like those big underdogs, cut it down to 5 innings.
Yeah.
You don't have to take the +800 or the +500 underdog full game when you can get +350 in the first period.
Yeah.
And the team total overs, yes, that's something I will be looking to bet later in the season.
Okay. Yeah. I can't get on that game either way. That's just too juicy all around.
Oh, no, I couldn't either.
Yeah, I'm no bueno.
So when you see the total at 7, the latest numbers I have for the 7 are 2, 10, and 7. So two overs, 10 unders, and 7 pushes when the number's at 7 through the last, 19 games? 19 games we've seen a 7
That's
this
the
year.
Flyers tomorrow, right? The Flyers are a 7?
I believe they were. I think there's a couple.
Over.
The Sabres Toronto is a 7. And the Flyers in Edmonton is a 7 as well. They're juiced to the under. So go ahead.
I think I don't want to cut you off, but no, you said 7. You said that 7 play is the only one that it got fucked was that Rangers game.
That was.
Yeah,
I cashed the under 9.5 live in that game.
Well, you think about it. There's been almost 20. Only 2 of them have hit the over. That's 10%. 90% of the time, you're either a push or you're winning on the under. So I take those odds.
Yeah, just looking at this, the game, and I'm only down to the third game. The Devils, Canadians, I'm off that game.
Under.
I like the work boots. I think they're a live dog against the Caps.
I did a free pick video for that one.
Yep.
+140.
Red Wings are the work boots because anyone that worked construction or that Red Wings are a boot. And if you ask Detroit fans, ask fucking Turnsey, ask Detroit Lenny, they don't know what a Red Wing is. They're like, oh, it's the emblem. No, it's a work boot. So
it's
the work
Motor
boots.
City and Red Wing Piston, I believe it is.
So shouldn't we just keep fading the Capitals until Ovechkin comes back?
I agree with that. I agree 100% with that. And when you look at Washington without Ovechkin on the power play, especially because Ovechkin plays 98% of the time on the power play.
Yeah.
So you have the threat of him with that one-time clapper from his office the entire power play.
Yeah.
That power play looks fucking lost without him.
Isn't it crazy how you watch these shootouts and you watch these power plays and these guys do these slap shots. I mean, this isn't like pickup hockey. He's the one guy that has a scary just single. He gets the puck, slap shot, and he just pinpoints it. That fucking old man. It's crazy.
that angle is super hard to stop.
He's the greatest goal scorer of our generation. Pretty plain and simple.
Wow. Really?
I don't of your generation, not of all time. He's not better than Wayne Gretzky.
He's better than Wayne Gretzky. He's going to break his goal scoring record.
So he's the LeBron of hockey is what you're
He's going to be the LeBron of hockey, where he's going to break all the records, but talent-wise, he's not. Talent-wise, he's not where Gretzky is.
Well, no, that's the other way. That's the other way around. I think I'm going to say this: the greatest, even though he's not the top scorer, the top scorer doesn't mean he's the greatest scorer. The greatest scorer, the number one thing you should look at for the greatest scorer is scoring when it matters. And Michael Jordan is the greatest scorer ever.
Also, if Michael Jordan played the extra 6 seasons that LeBron James has played more than him, he would be up at that total and some.
And there's one.
As long as LeBron.
The Michael Jordan, LeBron argument can be shot down in one thing. I say everyone talks about championships and all this. There's 2 words: hand check. He got raped every game.
I was going to say load management, because if you average it out, they both played about the same amount of games.
Well, Michael Jordan got double teamed and raped every game and clotheslined. They can't do that now.
Like yo, you crazy. He says that every game. No, LeBron played more games than Jordan. Stop.
Yeah, it's a fraction.
Get ourselves on that one.
Anyway,
but yeah, we're gonna keep fading the Capitals until
they get Ovechkin back, which
I agree.
He needs to return pretty soon for these Capitals, or their playoff hopes are shot.
So we'll keep this.
Falling out.
We'll keep this NHL conversation going, but we're gonna go back to the game. Game not tipped off, but second half started. Kansas is up 35-32. TCU's got the ball.
Blowing them out.
Yeah, absolute rout. Kansas is practically a lock at this point.
Yeah, lock it in.
Go stand at the window with your ticket in hand and get ready to cash it.
I've already cashed Kansas. Come on.
If you had Caesar's Sportsbook, you could have cashed already.
Turnover TCU.
LJ, on top of that Detroit Capitals situation, the Capitals are on a 4-game losing streak. So I like that spot a lot. I think, you're onto something there too. I think the under 6 is a good look. I think it's plus money right now too, if I'm not mistaken. Plus money on the under 6 in Detroit.
And the Capitals are 15-9-2 to the under at home.
My numbers have that game projected for 6.28 goals, so it's a slight lean towards the over for me. But my main focus is stepping on the throat of the Capitals when they're down.
So how many goals have they scored since Ovechkin been out? That's the question.
They haven't scored dick. I was just looking at it.
Really?
1, 3, 2, 1, 2.
So under 4, at least under 4. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think
Caps
that's
team
easy.
But the problem is the Red Wings have been scoring at a non-Red Wing clip.
Red Wings may put this game over. They may put 4 or 5 on the board.
Yeah.
These two teams are conflicting when it comes to totals because Detroit, they're a hell of a scoring team. They only put up 2 against Seattle, but previous to that, 5, 5, 6, 5. Granted, it was against Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary, but still they put up 21 goals in 4 games.
I always thought the Red Wings were something different. I didn't think they were work boots. I thought there was maybe my boys are different, but we call the Red Wings something different.
Okay. There's also Mike's on the same path. I said that in one of I think I was on another. Oh Jesus! Well, there's fucking dickhead's second 3 shot from way downtown.
I can't do prop bets on college players in New York.
But getting your Red Wings is something that I know very well too. Disgusting.
We're gonna end that.
They also call it the Joker. They also call it the Joker.
Yeah, you fellas are a good time. I'll tell you.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, Guns got no comment.
We go down the route. Yeah, Guns has no comment.
I'm live betting Mississippi Valley State. Sorry.
What W you get there? Share it with us here. I got some space.
I got 8.5 on points bet. So it's not far from the number that I already have on them. So I'm just gonna take it. They're down 1 point right now. 17
Dick got blocked.
The
Cal State Northridge is on a 7-0 run. It's 12-10 UC Riverside.
I'm gonna have to seed that points bet account. I use it for number shopping a lot, but I can't get. The promo they offered was kind of dog shit. It was kind of weak in my opinion. But
they do that's really good is they keep everything like at -110 and they have a better number. So it's always like 1 point different than I can get off.
The hockey regulation numbers are 25 cents different on the dollar when it comes to some of those. Like today was a good example. I saw, I think it was the Florida Panthers were -150 something on FanDuel in regulation, and they were -120 something on points.
That play workout.
That's a huge difference. Well, it didn't make a difference at the end, but it's a difference in the number. CLV.
Closing line.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go buy my yacht with CLV.
Okay, my mortgage.
People make fun of that. That's still CLV is so important. I still think it's.
Oh yeah, it's very important because you can have games that You bet a -2 and it closes at -5 and they win by 4.
LJ looks like he is deep on a hockey trend down there for us.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out something, bro, because let's go back to this Carolina Blues game. The Blues puck line is +1.5, +110 right now. And Carolina is 8-17 ATS at home, and they've only covered 2 games versus a West Coast team at home all year.
They've won 4 in a row against the Blues.
Am I reading into that too much into that? Because see, that's why I like talking out stuff, because I may go into like a trend to where I'm going too far. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to reel me back in and be like, okay, hold on, you're going too far.
Yeah, here's the thing: the Hurricanes, they don't blow anybody out. Like, they're not a team that will kick the shit out of teams often.
Mm-hmm.
They win a lot of 3-2 games. They win a lot of.
But I'm looking at their home road splits. They seem to cover more on the road than they do at home. So that's what I'm looking at, their home road split, especially versus the West, because they've only covered 2 puck lines against the West all year. So
yeah,
they're keeping up with them going the West.
I think there's value on St. Louis. I mean, at that price, it's St. Louis or nothing. Like, and St. Louis has been a team I've been fading most.
The internet is fucking up, guys. By the way, just so you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fired.
You have to be sorry. This is what it is.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, man, I just like to find angles that people are not necessarily looking at. And
yeah, I'm not one to take +1.5 though, because I don't like taking a big dog into a slight or like a pick 'em or a favorite. Like,
yeah, I'm like that too. That's why I'm talking it out with y'all.
But during this time, when it's draw season, we're seeing a lot of games go to overtime.
Yeah.
I just don't take 1.5. So that's just a personal rule for me.
The Hurricanes have won 13 of their last 14 games following a home win. And they're on a 4-game win streak at home. So
they're a great hockey team, and they're a team that I would love to have a future with right now.
Yeah,
I think that they can win the Eastern Conference.
But wins don't necessarily mean they're covering the puck.
No, you're right. You're right about that. I don't look at the
saying. They're staying close
the
with
overtime
them
wins,
in these games. They're just winning by 1 goal.
Exactly. The Hurricanes asking for an empty net from the Carolina Hurricanes is pulling teeth sometimes. Asking them to put a puck in the back of an empty net. It's pulling teeth sometimes. The Islanders were the same way last year. I wanted nothing to do with Islander puck lines because it was pulling teeth trying to get them to score into an empty net.
Hey, I shared with you guys pre-stream here that little trend I was looking at for the totals. So when the team's in a rematch spot in college basketball and the total went over the first time they played by 10 or more points, and the rematch spot is less than the original number, hit again tonight. That was Delaware State, met that model. Delaware State, South Carolina was 145.5.
It makes sense, though.
It ended at 137.
Yeah, exactly. Like those type of trends, some people will look at me like, what the fuck are you talking?
Yeah,
no,
right.
Some of those obscure trends make sense. These two teams just played. It went way over, and the books are telling you it's not going to happen again.
Right.
Okay, I like that because I've been dabbling in NCAA, and this is what I kind of hit as an angle. I will go back, like for instance, let me give you an example. Wednesday, Providence plays UConn. Providence beat UConn the first game. So UConn is second in the NCAA and covering that first half spread with Houston. They're number 2. So I'm thinking that UConn is going to cover that spread in the first half and just take that money and just leave the full game alone. That's just how an angle I like to see. Because
is that in UConn or is that
I believe it is. It's Wednesday. Yeah. I believe it's in UConn. And I looked at
Providence is due to get their fucking asses slapped too. They've been beaten up on everybody.
But it's a revenge spot, like you just mentioned. Those revenge spots are the ones I like to attack.
That's right, Guns.
Because the motivation is there. So those are the ones you can really make money on.
Yeah.
You want a very simple trend to follow. You want a very simple trend to follow in college basketball. When an unranked team is less than a 5-point spread, and especially if they're a favorite versus a ranked team, you take the unranked team. So if you have my brother and we've been betting this like it's an auto bet. If we see a non-ranked team less than 5 points, like +5 or lower, or especially as a favorite, we love it even more if they're a favorite against a ranked team.
Yeah.
Especially at home.
Who is that
So
apply to?
tomorrow the Villanova Xavier.
I
spot.
was just gonna say Villanova is in a prime spot. I don't even have to look at the numbers, and I just know that Villanova on the road going to Xavier right now is the prime.
that potentially falls into that under spot as well because the total's at 148.5, which is 20 points less than when they played the previous game. That thing shot over by 23 points.
And A&M, like they're barely ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that to LJ here. The three teams you want to follow with that trend tomorrow. I think we mentioned this earlier.
Yeah, and
Texas A&M, Virginia Tech,
Michigan
Michigan State.
Yeah.
Put it on my card.
Out of those three, you're going to win at least two.
I think
So you mean take the points, right? Don't necessarily take the money line.
Lamb. I mean, they're gonna cover.
Okay.
I don't know that I would fade Miami though. Miami's getting 2 points as a road dog.
It's a system. It's a system play. That's all it is.
Virginia Tech, actually, if you actually look at their numbers, they're a really good team at home.
Virginia,
I like Virginia Tech a lot.
I love the Hokies at home. They smack ass at home. Like they're awesome at home. They beat Virginia. They beat some of these top teams at home.
Duke, I think at home too.
When in doubt,
A&M scares me tomorrow though. That's the one that scares the shit out of me because against Tennessee.
Here's Virginia Tech's trend here. They beat Virginia, then they lost to Boston College, then they beat Notre Dame, then they lost to Georgia Tech, then they beat Pittsburgh. So as traditional cappers, we all know what's due. You win one, you lose one. You win one, you lose one. You win one.
Zigzag theory.
You gotta lose one.
Fucking God.
It couldn't be any easier.
another one. It's not.
It works every time.
There's another one that needs to be looked at. It's an underranked team. Is Creighton? Creighton's 19, Marquette's 10. Creighton's 5.5 point favorite. That's interesting.
What about Richmond getting even money?
Yeah,
like
Richmond as well. That's
a pick 'em versus St. Louis right now.
I'll tell you what, both those two teams can lose. I can't see it, but
Richmond's right there. There's our plays for tomorrow. That's one of them. Richmond.
God, I can't win with Richmond. I'll probably stay off that one for you guys. Just
it's the itsy bitsy spiders here.
And their coach just stepped away, right? This is the first game without their coach.
Oh, then you got to take it. Those are the ones you got to take because the coach was fired for a reason.
No, he wasn't fired. He had a heart condition. He had to go in for like heart surgery.
So highly motivated.
They want to win one. They want to win one for their coach, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah. So the players like their coach. He's got a heart issue. They're going to play for his coach.
He gave too much of his heart to the program this year, and they lost too many close ones. So he had to get the arteries cleaned out a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. I like when the coach when they hire a new coach. There was actually one team though that I wanted to bet the opposite with because I know the team loved the coach and I know the city loved the coach when he got fired.
Is that Texas?
Wait a minute.
Chris Beard?
I actually
Chris Beard.
Chris Beard.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure they loved him going out.
Actually, Michigan State's real strong too. Indiana on the road, they've covered like only 2 or 3 times the whole season. That's a real strong one too. I think automatic plays with. I mean, shouldn't say automatic, but Michigan State and Virginia Tech, I'm probably on both those.
Yep, already on it. Already bet.
I like Virginia Tech a lot too. I don't know that I can fade Miami.
The Hokies have been a team I've been riding a lot this year.
The other thing that blows me away too is VCU for years was a team that didn't cover by more than a bucket, and they've been like covering bigger spreads. I'm waiting for them to kind of fall off. I don't know against St. Joseph's as a spot, but I've been waiting for that.
I like Eastern Michigan tomorrow. I can't believe they're a favorite though. That's a tough spot.
You've been on them a bunch this season.
Eastern Michigan? We look at the Eagles here?
I stay away from the directional Michigans in college basketball. Unless it's an over. That's about it.
Wow. That is ugly. That's very poopy.
So I didn't see the total results, but the MAC games when their totals are lined over 150 are like 75% of the under. So there are 2 teams that seem to go over. One of them's Buffalo, and I think the other one's Toledo. But
Yep.
It seems like the rest of those teams, so you got Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan, dog shit battle, and the number opened at 153. It's dropped down to 152.5. So it's trending under, and that falls into that under model as well for Eastern Michigan.
Creighton's a look tomorrow.
That's what
Michigan
I was
State's
saying.
a look.
Yep.
What was the other one? What was the other one, Guns?
Michigan State.
Yep.
They're playing Indiana, and they're favored 3 right now.
And Indiana has only covered on the road, I think, 2 or 3 times this whole fucking season. Like
they're coming off a loss to Michigan too, which is a rival.
Yeah.
That also holds weight.
Yeah, we hit on Michigan -2 in that game.
Yeah. And then I like Arkansas though. Arkansas getting a big number against Georgia. Georgia sucks.
No, we
Georgia does fucking suck.
we took the points of Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Miami, Ohio, Bowling Green falls into that formula of the unders as well. 155 opened at 155.5. It's down to 155.
Update on some scores. We've got Mississippi Valley State is 49-46 with 13 minutes left.
Hey, they're hanging in there.
Go Delta Devils.
Alabama A&M is up. Actually down. Florida A&M is 49-48 against Alabama A&M. Illinois 48-37. What?
Marquee matchups.
Yeah. Well, Minnesota, Illinois is 48-37. Cal State Fullerton, UC Santa Barbara. Cal State Fullerton's up 30-16. There you go. Yeah. Love it.
Dave,
UC
you
Riverside.
left the game everybody wants to know about. UCLA 51, Stanford 50.
Wow! All right.
30 seconds left.
Women's basketball.
Yeah.
I didn't bet it, but yeah.
Everyone's going.
Bruins.
Oh wait! Everyone's like UCLA's playing tonight. What? I didn't.
No,
see
we
that.
knew exactly where this was
Lady
going.
Bruins.
Plus 10.5 and plus 650. Let's go.
Okay,
Woo,
how do we veer away from hockey? How do we veer
Yeah,
away?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nobody likes hockey here. Apparently, LJ.
LJ's on a mission.
Let me get back.
I like where LJ's head is at.
So
I'm
listen,
looking for my
we
spot.
left
I'm
off.
looking for my spot to come in on hockey. I got nothing. I got nothing.
We left off Red Wings and Capitals. So we're
Hey, how about Sean? He's good, right?
we just shot it to Spade, Washington, while Ovechkin is out.
Yeah,
So,
I'm on a play for tomorrow. The Red Wings. I'm on.
Okay.
Yep, I've
any
already done a
thoughts
free pick
on
video
the
for
Leafs
it.
and the Sabres.
I've already bet this
off.
game.
Not even thinking about it.
I'll tell you what. So I'm a Western New York guy. I'll give you my feedback on Buffalo. They fucking suck, and they're going to play back to their means right now. So they've been way overrated. Way overrated. They've won so many games they have no business winning, and they're coming home
Next year, they'll be a playoff team, not this year.
Next year. And they've won so many games now early in the season that they're due for that regression where people are saying they're a playoff team.
I've been saying this the entire year that no, this team is not making the playoffs. They're going to be a couple points out. Next year, they're going to squeak into a wild card spot. The year after, they're going to make the Eastern Conference Finals.
This is the ESPN Plus Hockey Night game of the night.
I'm on the
How do you
Maple
like
Leafs
them apples?
-1 at even money.
All right.
I'm on the Hartford Whalers and the Quebec Nordiques tomorrow.
I don't trust the Nordiques.
You mean the Avalanche?
They've been struggling a little bit. They haven't won in a while.
Yeah, they haven't drafted very well lately either. So they're
I was looking more at the Atlanta Thrashers, though.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the last great Nordiques player was Joe Sakic. Okay,
Oh,
Yeah.
he's the GM. He's the GM of the Avalanche now.
Because when they went to the Avalanche, when the Nordiques came to Denver, he was their star player in the 90s.
Yep.
Yeah.
how iconic of a franchise though when the Quebec Nordiques jerseys and items are still relevant this day in the sports market.
I
like the
want a
Exo-
Nordiques jersey. Those look awesome.
So when I jumped into hockey this year, I talked to Nick. I knew more about hockey in the 90s when I was a kid because you have to watch ESPN back then. There was no internet. All your sports was ESPN. So SportsCenter showed all the sports. So I knew Yzerman and Gay Bear and who's the guy that played in the Blues but was a Brodeur. All those guys back in the day. All those guys now, like Luc Robitaille, he's a front office guy for the Kings. He was a player when I watched him, fucking 30 years ago. So anyway.
LJ, one thought to consider is each of the Capitals' last 6 home games against the Atlantic Division have gone over the total, and it's at 6.
We like it.
Out there for devil's advocate. But
that means probably Ovechkin was playing in those games. So.
Yeah, I'm assuming the same. I do like the under. I like bucking that trend.
Without Ovechkin, that offense is nothing. Because
Eight of the last 9 games between the Sabres and the Leafs at KeyBank have gone over the total, and the total's at 7.
And you're on Toronto.
I want nothing to do with the total in that game.
You're money line, just plain money line. Toronto.
I took Toronto -1 at even money.
Okay.
They still have a team.
Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Did you see what they just said? They just made that acquisition, right? And their GM came out and said, we're Stanley Cup win or bust mode right now. And the expectations are that they're going to win it. They're coming off a loss now as well.
I swear the Maple Leafs are like the Cowboys. Every year, we're going to the Cup.
They actually are the Cowboys of the NHL.
Read them Leafs, fam.
Okay.
They are the Cowboys of the NHL.
They haven't won a playoff series since 2004. The last player to play to lose to the Maple Leafs in a playoff series retired last year.
They have like 12 or 10 Stanley Cup championships or something, and they haven't won one since like the 60s or some.
The last time the Maple Leafs won a playoff series, I wasn't even in kindergarten yet.
Okay, next game, Kings and Wilds. What we got?
Well, I'm on a half unit on the Wild. God damn it, because I have to be. But I'd bet. You know what? I'm thinking about betting the Wild full unit anyway.
Yep,
Okay.
I agree with that one. That's one of the 3 bets I've made already for tomorrow. I'm on the Wild money line at -128. My numbers suggested they should be around more like -150, -155. And I think if you're looking to bet this game, I should have waited, honestly. Wait till Gustafsson is confirmed. There is a significant difference between Gustafsson and Marc-Andre Fleury right now, where Gustafsson should be the starter full time with this team. And Marc-Andre Fleury should be the backup because he's been league average at best at times. So make sure it's Gus if you want to bet the Wild, but I believe it's going to be Gus. So I've already bet the Wild.
Or is it Copley for the Kings? Do we know that yet?
Copley's been awesome with the Kings. I will say that.
Yeah.
I like Minnesota at home here.
I think this for me. Besides, I don't like the Kings defense, but for me, if there's any sort of turnaround for the Wild to kind of turn the corner, because they've been kind of shitty, this is the game at home to be the turn the corner game. It has to be, because
the Kings are a playoff team right now.
Yeah, but the Kings are like a not so good playoff team.
They're a fringe playoff team. Yeah.
God damn it!
It's a low number.
All right.
I hate
TCU.
Canucks and Predators.
Well, LJ, what's your thoughts on that one? Were you leaning one way?
I'm listening to the hockey professionals that actually cap the games, that know the goalies, and knows.
Not me. These two guys.
Yeah, so I'm just listening. I'm just throwing it out there, taking notes. Just being very astute. Right.
I only fade the Canucks, and I have no feel on this game. That's the.
What about the over trend? Don't they have a crazy over?
The over for the Canucks is a play on spot. They just.
I was going to say when in doubt, Canucks overs. Yeah. I'm not playing the total in this game. If I'm playing anything, it's the Nashville Predators on the -1 line. I have them projected. My numbers project them as around a -180-ish favorite, -175, -180 favorite, and they're $1.55. Don't know if I'm going to get around to actually betting it, but it's Nashville or nothing for me. What you can get. Let's take a look what the -1 line is. It's 163 and 150. With them, so it would be -105 for Nashville -1.
So LJ, he does what Moose actually makes his own. He bets like the money line and the -1 line to make his own odds.
Yeah, he explained it to me. Yeah,
but I don't. For me, it's either -1 or in reg. Those are like the two different contrasting thing. I'm more of an in reg guy because you get plus money a lot more, but Nick plays it safe and he's a way better hockey capper than I am. So.
I don't like the -1.5. No, but
no, -1.5. No, in reg or -1 is kind of where the odds.
Don't play reg.
What I'm trying to say is
-1 because overtime's still alive, right?
Yeah, so that's what he likes to.
Overtime. Yep.
The thing with me is I hate pushing, but I'm saying the way to make the odds better is either to take it in reg or -1 it. That's to get a big money line down.
Which if you want to -1 it, or if you want the -1 calculator, I put that in the private chat, and I'm going to put it into. Oh, I can't put it into the actual. Actually, I can go onto ESP and put it.
The Canucks' last 7 games have gone over the total goal line. It's at 6.5 today. So they're
how many have the Predators have been scoring? That's the key. Because
it depends on which Predator team shows up.
Okay, so they're wishy-washy is what you're saying.
They're very inconsistent. Yes.
Okay. Well, those are things I stay away from. You don't even have to tell me anymore.
We can look at what they've scored recently. I'll pull it up.
But he said they're inconsistent, and I can't trust the Canucks to score.
3
3
7 0 4 1 5 4. Yeah, it's all over the place. It's all over the fucking place.
The 0 kills them, but that 0 was against Boston, right? So then they played Florida.
Yes. Probably the best goalie in hockey
against Florida.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll pass on that one. I ain't got to stress on it out.
Golden
Knights and Blackhawks. What we got?
Blackhawks cock. No, just kidding. I don't know.
Blackhawks cock. Nah. One thing that I will say with this game is kind of a watch and see type of game for me because Laurent Brossoit is making his first appearance for the Vegas Golden Knights this season. He played a lot. He was the backup a lot last year with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Aiden Hill in the offseason, and he's been the backup for Thompson, but both Thompson and Hill are not available for tomorrow.
Probably over nothing, I think. That for me.
I think that line's about correct. I have the Knights projected around 260, and I have the game projected at 6.48. So this was an easy move on for me.
Yeah.
I don't have many plays on tomorrow's slate.
And you don't have one on the Flyers Oilers as well?
There was no line available for me for that game.
Edmonton minus 305, bro.
Oh, fuck that.
No, that game is done. It's Flyers or nothing. But are you betting the Flyers on the road? No, thank you.
They're on Edmonton's on a 4-game losing streak too.
Under for me.
So a big step back. The Golden Knights have failed to cover the puck line in each of their last 9 games as a favorite against opponents who are on a winning streak. So the Blackhawks plus 1.5 is at that minus 108.
What is that? What's the puck line for the Blackhawks tomorrow?
I hate taking minus odds on a puck line, though. I hate it.
Minus 108, though. It's not like it's over.
It's not bad. But my baseball mantra has always been get at least plus even money or better on a run line. So that's just
I bet you that game could go to overtime, that Vegas-Chicago game.
It has that feel where this will be 2-2 heading into overtime.
Bet the tie.
How about we save that bet, Mike, for the next night and fade the Blackhawks because they haven't won a game on a back-to-back all year. And they played Dallas on.
Come on, TCU score.
So, I like that.
Let's
just wait. Minus 300 in that game, though.
Yeah.
TCU ties it up.
We'll find a way to bet it, goddammit. We'll find a way. So
we out here, so we've been.
All right, so basically, y'all looking at the Red Wings to come hit the Capitals. Y'all are
the Wild
at the Wild, and you said the Carolina. You said over in the Blues. Would you say over?
Yeah, it's over or nothing.
Okay.
I hate that game.
I want nothing to do with it.
My two plays, I'm going to post, and I hate that I'm posting 2 hockey plays because hockey is absolutely analyzed me. But Red Wings and Wild are going to be my 2 plays I'm posting.
Nice. Well, I'm going to start my pick videos on Thursday when the NBA starts back. So
yeah.
I'm going to put out 1 play a day. My best bet. I don't know if I'm going to do it.
We need some raw words episodes, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it before I go to work in the morning. I'm gonna wake up at 5, do the video and then head out to work. So
we're gonna do MLB's coming up in the next month or so. I don't know who here. I mean, I don't know. Mike does. I know everyone else bets on all the channels. I know ESPN will do one. I want to do one. Marley wants to do one. We're all gonna do preseason talk about moves, talk about trades, talk about futures, start doing that.
Tim and I are looking to do that where we're going to do a live stream for every team and break down their offseason moves.
You're going to have guests or is it just you 2?
We'll probably have guests for some.
As long as I'll be there, as long as one other.
And probably you won't be on the Blue Jays one, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I can be. I actually, that'd be fun, but you have a respectable channel. Mine is a little bit different.
Yeah. Mine's I'm not going to say respectable. But
you're a monetized. See me on this. Fuck. I'm on ESP. God damn it. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior.
I can still do it. I can still do it if it's under 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
You gotta do it. We got to do it. Where is it?
We got the 10-second rule in play. Would you drop something?
Monetization.
I got
copyright.
Something. We all know this one. Did it work?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
We're really trying to.
Hey, Dave, did you see that they're doing the documentary on A&E, the NWO?
No, I didn't. You're a big WCW guy. I wasn't big WCW.
You wasn't? Oh, bro.
There's so many good. There's so many good.
Well, I like
documentaries
Sting and Ric Flair when we went to WCW. I
Hey,
like
look,
Sting.
I didn't know that Eric Bischoff said if he didn't know if Hogan was going to turn heel. So Sting was waiting in case Hogan didn't go through with
But Sting did turn heel too. He went back and
but
forth.
he was supposed to be the original one with Scott Hall and Nash.
Right.
Well, you know, the only guy that was only WCW ever, or all WCW, was Sting. All the other guys went back and forth. Like he was the only WCW guy.
Have you seen the documentary where they had the Wrestling Wars that's on the WWE network? There's like 6 episodes of it. It's like
No, I need to. Yeah, I've seen that.
Basically breaks down that whole thing down to like it's very detailed and it shows like their ratings of each one of them as they went along.
And
so,
they only sold WCW to WWE for $3 million, bro.
Yeah, no, they were so far like
that's crazy.
Humongous.
Well, the only reason why WCW ever got traction, there were 2 times they got traction. There were 2 things they did, and WWE does it now. One of them was when a star came over to the WCW, like when Diesel came over, or X-Pac, or Hulk Hogan. The other thing that they do now, like when you see like Jake Paul and like Beetlejuice coming on WWE, was when they had freaks like Rodman would come. WCW started that like non-wrestler guy coming in, and that was WCW. But they couldn't compete. There was no,
they just got because see the storylines got to where they were letting the wrestlers control the storyline, and that's what Hogan said. They got too out of hand. And it cost them ratings, and that's why WWE
who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquareBets. Cavs in the chat.
We celebrated your first half better.
We did. You won it, buddy. Good job.
Nice job.
I'm gonna start selling Cab.
Yeah, you need to. And Cab, by the way, play the replay. We gave you some like big props, so I make fun of you now, but we treated you like a god. So. Don't get your panties in a wad.
Cab is part of the sports wagering network. So
he is part of the conglomerate.
Yes. It's a great code.
Yeah, our guy Noli Knows threw a tweet out there for an under in the second half of this Alabama State game. I was on the full game under, so I like seeing him throw a second half under out there. Let's go. 70.
Noli's on an under? Oh my gosh, that's such a shocker.
140.5 is the second half live number right now. 140.5. So I took a stab at it. I'm already on at full game, but I'll take a stab again.
Shout out Noli Knowles, a fantastic baseball undercapper. He just hits baseball unders like they're fucking disgusting.
CS Fullerton's up 11 points at halftime.
There you go.
That's a big number.
Oh yeah.
Who's Irvine's doing what they do every time I bet them. They're tied. 2 minutes to go. Let's go.
UC Riverside's up 14 points with 1 minute and 17 seconds left. We love that.
Arkansas and Pine Bluff, 42-39. Let's go. 7.5 points. We'll take those. Put them in our pocket.
Come on, TCU can take the lead here. Come on, boys.
Yeah, Northridge is a little.
So are we doing a stream tomorrow for the NBA Thursday?
Well, here's the deal. So I might be going back to California tomorrow. If I don't, I'll do a stream for sure. But also, you know who does a stream too is Ixnizzle and Jimmy G. They do
the Tuesday night 10 o'clock streams,
which they haven't been inviting me to. I don't know why. They invited me the first few times, but
well, they don't have no lines up yet, so I'm pretty sure the lines will be up tomorrow for the NBA since the next day is Thursday.
Yeah, but they're not going to do a stream if there's no game. There's no games tomorrow. Quit psyching me out. Yeah,
I was saying not a stream. I'm talking about to talk about the lines for Thursday when they start back up.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure they'll be out tomorrow.
Well, I might do
so we can bet a game for someone to be rolled out 5 minutes before tip off.
Well, tomorrow's Fat Tuesday, so that's the last day of Brownwater Day. So I will probably.
Isn't that every day for you, Dave?
Well, that's the point. When Lent comes, because I'm a good Catholic boy, I give up something. And by the way, I'm trying to get a little svelte because there's this thing called Pubapalooza, if you haven't heard about it. It's happening in a month. And
I wish I could do that.
I don't want to die of cirrhosis. So I'm going to be a little drier. But tomorrow, if I wanted to do a stream, we could do one for either. We could do Marquette Creighton, we could do Iowa State Texas, or Indiana Michigan State. I think Indiana Michigan State would be a good game to do one.
That wouldn't be a bad one to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Or we can do one for your favorite team with we can do the Kings and the Wild.
You're not here, Cab. I know you come in for like 5 seconds and leave, but it's absolutely true. By the way, when have I ever lied? By the way, you called me the most honest guy you've ever met.
I support Dabby.
Bro, I am the most honest person. I mean, I'm honest to a fucking ridiculous fault, like incriminating.
That's a lie.
Honest. That's not honest. Cab tried to catch me once on a stream. He goes, "Oh, are you on?" Because we were talking. He goes, "Oh, are you on Kansas?" Because I was on Kansas full game and I was losing. He's like, "Kansas first half? Are you on first half?" Right? I'm like, "No." First half, no. He's like, "Oh, I was trying to catch you in a lie." I'm like, "What are you doing?" That's not funny.
It's kind of funny.
No.
Is this what you? Where
How
your
many
brain
different
goes?
sounds do you have on that soundboard?
My brain goes in very strange places. You don't know. Okay. Misha's pressing every single fucking button on the soundboard.
Empty the clip, baby.
Let's hear the pedophile's voice.
That's
Is this demonetized? Or is this a duty free or whatever they call it?
I know Dave calls himself a Catholic boy, but I know he jacks off to my shit all the time because he's an active member and he always tips all my titty pics. So I know Dave is not really a devout Catholic.
Well, it's Dicks from Dave, right?
It's dicks from Pave, as Swiss Horton likes to say.
Hey, listen, these soundboards are great. They're cheap too.
I don't need the fact that you have one is not strange, but it's cool, but it's just not it's excessive.
You said awesome wrong.
He said awesome.
How did I say it?
Excessive.
I don't know. You said excessive, and I said, you said awesome.
I got you.
So we got a 1-point game here, 6.5 to go in the second half.
Not anymore. Kansas just scored. It was 56-53.
Load them out.
I'm glad you're on spoilers because you still buy cable. You still wired up.
Maybe I just need to. Maybe I'm not going to watch the game. I'm just going to put it on Bovada Live Odds, and I'm going to watch it update that way. Maybe I might be ahead of Dave then.
Hey, shout out to the Colts. They hired Jim Bob Cooter as their offensive.
Hey, wait a minute! I just caught this.
That
must be your
one of
first.
the best names in the business.
We've uncovered something.
Great football name.
That must be
Daddy,
your first
me too.
name because no one here is called Chris. So, Cab uncovered something.
No, he was talking to Chris Brady.
Oh, is he? Oh, I thought Guns first name.
No, Dabby's on Miami tomorrow. Oh boy.
None of us are on that, so that would be SpongeBob SquareBets. You'll be on an island, but boy.
I don't know.
I hope.
Dude, Mike was saying his praises. He's praising him. What are you doing, buddy? Because all of us are on the other side.
I said it's hard. I kept saying it's hard to fade Miami. Miami's +2 on the road. I'll take those points. I think it's a good spot.
Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
I'll back the Hokies in Blacksburg.
Down, around, up. Did that sink? Yep. We got Kansas 58-53 with 5.5 left.
Smoking.
TCU's not making their shots. It's not like this is like a Kansas blowout. The defense has been really good.
Feels like a blowout though.
It could be.
Haven't been down the whole game. There you go. That's what you needed me to say. That's the kiss of death.
Yeah, they're a lock at this point.
To yourself, you just jinxed yourself. I mean,
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You needed me to say that. That gives you the opportunity to crawl back in there with those tickets.
TCU misses and turns over. Was it a turnover or they missed?
No, they got deflected on the pass. Right?
Yeah.
Turnover. Refill here back.
Well,
Wow, that's fuck.
TCU blocked it, but they got the offensive. Or not, it's not a
Now
rebound,
they're
but
down
they got
7.
the ball back.
All right, TCU's fucked. Good job, Squares on the Jayhawks here.
We still got 4 minutes and 40 seconds left.
No, it's over. They're cooked.
Cab's going to be on Miami full game plus or first half +1, and I don't hate the first half, but boy oh boy does that go against that trend. And I think unranked favorites versus ranked dogs are like way over 60% this year.
No, that's a fact. I think somebody's been tracking it too.
I've heard a couple of people throw numbers out, but it's way profitable. I mean, high 50s for sure.
Kev, you didn't need to share that in the comments. We already knew that. If you got to play the first half.
I need to get it's probably fucking copyright or whatever, but we need to get every time he comes in the chat, we need to get the do the SpongeBob music, do.
All right, we got a score update. UCLA 65, Stanford 64. 2 minutes to go.
All right.
Let's go, baby. We're about to set history tonight. First bunch of dudes ever to sit around talking about a women's basketball game.
You're the only one, dude.
I mean, Tim and I bet the WNBA all last season. That's not a bad thing to bet. Not on a big league. You can
Plus 650 money line.
Have you watched these college girls games? It seems like back in the day they used to be like really well. They're all like small, chubby girls now. It's crazy.
I have a strict women's college sports. I only watch women's college volleyball.
They're even bigger Amazons.
That's not a bad thing to watch.
No.
I remember going. I was at USC as a freshman, sitting in like one of the areas where they come out for practice, and all of these like over 6 foot women started coming out, and their thighs were thicker than my torso. Like they were.
See, I only exclusively watch women's shot putting. Like my thing.
Is that
like those big biceps?
Is that how you get it in? That's
I like that able tank body.
Did you guys on a serious but comic note? Did you guys hear
tank body?
Did you hear the ESPN update the other day? They were showing. I saw it on Twitter. They were showing a highlight of women's college basketball, and the ESPN guy.
And they said the real game.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I think that guy was canceled immediately after that.
What happened?
They were showing women's highlights.
Game. Yeah, they were showing highlights. They were going over a women's game, and then they're like, all right, back to real basketball, and it cuts to the men's game.
I love him.
I should
he had a talk with his producer, buddy. I'm pretty sure he had a talk with his producer.
Definitely. That was live on camera. That happened.
I'd like to apologize for my action as Castellanos hits a deep one.
That's like, did anybody see Tiger and Justin
hit the N-word on national TV? Tony
Romo? Yeah, I saw that.
He said the N-word?
He almost.
Was he saying it like trying to be funny, like a rapper or something, or was he?
No, he was talking like he was having a conversation with one.
Wow!
And he caught himself.
He caught himself pretty smooth, though. I mean, he was in stride where he caught himself.
He's a professional, but he kind of got.
What does that matter? I mean, what the fuck?
A little bit too comfortable there, Tony.
I think he was talking about a Pacheco run or something like that. He goes, "Look at that!" Oh. And he just, I was like, what did you just say? What was that? I heard the end.
Yeah, the end came out for sure. It was
what was it clear as day, or was it like maybe it could misconstrued as something else?
It could be. It's on the
conversation from him to have caught himself like that.
I want to give him he's such a nice guy. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I guess you are what you are. I mean,
look it up on YouTube and give your opinion.
I will.
Type in Tony Romo, and the first thing that pops up is N-word. I'm gonna mute myself. I want to hear this.
He said it goes that, and I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, what word was he really going to say there?
Yeah, I was the same way, Guns. I was like, what else was he trying? There really wasn't anything.
Yeah, it seemed out of character.
There we go.
That's a nice run. That's a nice run by Pacheco.
So
he didn't get there. He stopped himself in stride.
He stopped himself.
He didn't quite I miss himself.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nick? What do you think?
Yeah,
Tim, I'm sorry. You're Tim, right?
No, that's Nick. Nick.
Oh, that's Nick. I'm sorry.
I think Romo was trying to say Nick.
Maybe.
No, for real. What do you think though? You
Good run by that Nick.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Oh boy.
I've heard people joke around and be like, "Oh, you should switch your last name just to fuck with people and make it Ga." So when
wait
they
a minute.
pronounce my full name.
I don't know. He's such a nice. I mean, I don't know the guy, but he's such a nice, likable guy. It sucks. You know?
I mean,
Did anybody see Tiger Woods and Justin the other day when they were playing golf? Tiger outdrove him, so he handed him a tampon on the low.
Yeah. I saw that.
People were up in arms like instantly about it. They were like, "This is upsetting. My daughter's watching Tiger. He's one of the goats, and he's doing this." I mean, I thought it was funny, but he came out and apologized.
They definitely
we live in a cupcake culture, guys. Yeah. Cupcakes.
They definitely let the N-bomb slip on the XFL game in the Washington game. That's for sure. And then the announcer, they hit the dump button, and then you heard it, and then the announcer goes, we gotta have to apologize for the language because they have everybody mic'd up on the team.
Oh yeah, I love the XFL that way.
They were saying
hear the conversations the refs are having.
Yeah.
But so you can understand where they're coming from. Yeah.
Back to this TCU game. Does anybody see Max Dugan there with his girl? That is a full-fledged.
She's a
bombshell, man. Quarterback.
Woo.
A chick sees dollar signs, man. Red Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna make some first rounders for sure.
I like it when AJ McCarron had his
I remember that whole bullshit.
That's his wife now.
Hey, look at that. Look at them set of tits on that girl right there. Oh my goodness. That's what it pays to be a quarterback. I was like, whoa.
All you kids in high school, go back and be quarterbacks. Yeah, that was a great run.
If you want some good pussy, you gotta go be a quarterback, not a lineman.
We'll talk, buddy. I'm 100%. I booked my flight already, but I don't know what I'm doing staying there. I'm such a, I don't know. Anyway, we'll get there.
I don't even know where you're going with this.
I want to just get my own hotel room because I cap and do my own thing and I work and I have another job and if I'm in a house full of guys, I feel like I'll be distracted and not be able to make money. I know,
too many dicks. You want to suck?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. I'll just be like,
yeah, he's scared he's going to a sausage party here.
No, it's gonna be fun. Him and Nasty. I think Nasty Nate's gonna be.
Monetize this.
Yeah, I need to go to one of these one day and meet everybody.
TCU at the foul line, 2.5 to go. Horrible miss. You need to be benched. I mean, that wasn't even close. Off the back. I mean, it hit the backboard.
UCLA's down 70-66 with 13 seconds left.
It's like this. The 10.5 looks good for you.
Yeah, 10.5's looking pretty.
I'm gonna be sweating Illinois too.
Did you laid all those points?
We almost bet Minnesota today.
Yeah, Minnesota is just fucking just
they're bad.
Hot garbage.
They're bad.
I love those shit teams, though.
Yeah, but when they're bad, they're bad. I mean, that's a team that shouldn't be as bad as it is. I mean,
the Big Ten's probably overrated too.
Absolutely, it's overrated. Those teams, it's the battle of dog shit. They get high rankings early, and they're going to have probably more teams than any conference in the tournament.
They're going to be a fade in the bracket.
Every single spot should be a fade. There's nobody in there that's worth a shit.
I remember though there was one conference that I bet against every single game they had in the March Madness bracket, and they lost every game. It was the Mountain West.
Well, you look for in the tournament. You look for the teams on the come up. There's no team in the Big Ten that's on the come up. They're all on the come down for sure.
I think the only one that I would really trust from the Big Ten to make any type of noise that's not going to be an obvious one is Michigan State with Tom Izzo. That's the only one I can really trust.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
See what they do in the conference tournament before you make that bet.
Yeah, I might bet Michigan State to win the Big Ten championship, like to win the Big Ten tournament.
You know,
Like,
I think will get hot, and it's one of my favorites anyways, is Penn State. They seem to go on runs where they catch, they'll bundle together 3 or 4 big wins in a row, and then they go on the road and they suck. But we'll see what they can do in the first. See what they do in the conference. To Gunn's point, they have to win there, I think, to get a shot. They're not going to get in without it.
Good wrestling school, by the way, Penn State.
Penn State, yeah. They have a good ice hockey program as an up and comer now too.
Penn State. There's only one. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw a stat. Did you mention ice hockey? There's only one college in the nation to win multiple basketball, football, and ice hockey championships.
Is it Michigan State?
Yep,
Michigan
State.
Yeah.
We have 2 Daves.
Oh, there's 2 Daves.
We got problems, so that's okay. We'll deal with that.
I nailed that one. I like watching college hockey, especially in the playoff time frame there. When they get to the Frozen Four, that's exciting.
Yeah. You get to hear some of these colleges that you never heard of, like Minnesota Duluth.
Yeah, or College of Colorado. Like what?
Hey, I'm from Maine, and University of Maine used to be like a
Maine was a big one, right? And
for a while,
New Hampshire, I guess, a little bit, but Boston, the Boston colleges and the Boston
U,
Harvard,
BC,
the Terriers.
Yeah. It's all.
The Ivy League actually knows. The Ivy League actually has some competitive,
really good hockey.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. The Ivy League's filled with a bunch of white guys.
Wisconsin, another one. Michigan. Yeah. Anywhere where it gets below like -12.
Denver. Yeah. When it's cold, those boys are playing hockey.
I'm surprised Syracuse doesn't have a good hockey team.
What about like the teams up like the Maine? I don't follow college hockey, but like the Maines and the Vermonts and New Hampshires, do they have teams that go?
You know, when there was less competition
in the early '90s, Maine was an elite. They've won national championships in hockey. It's like, but
literally,
there's one in a while.
There's Scrub State University that's out there playing competitive ice hockey now. So these guys are. I mean, there's a lot of teams that are.
I remember hearing like either BU or BC. I see all the time there. Minnesota, I see all the time there. Are they like the powerhouses?
Yes and no. I mean, in their conferences they are, but
like what's the team? So
Minnesota,
like the James Madison or the North Dakota State, like that team that you don't know about that plays in that under division. Like what's that in college hockey? Like what's that team?
That Denver area has
Minnesota Duluth.
Yeah, Minnesota Duluth's a good program for sure. That Denver region, that whole Colorado region has.
It's like a whole like state region. They're all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's almost like with college lacrosse, John Hopkins.
Yeah.
They always have a really good lacrosse program.
Kansas turnover, 61-58. Kansas, 35 seconds. It's going to be TCU's ball going down the court. Come on, baby.
We're going to see overtime.
Let's fucking do this.
I'll take overtime.
That's how we get to the over.
Yeah, that's the only chance.
So since we're talking about it, I'm not sure if anybody cares or not, but I'll read off the top 10. I'll read off the top 12 hockey programs right now. Minnesota's number 1, 23-8-1.
No surprise.
Quinnipiac.
Oh, that's right.
26
Kansas. What the fuck?
Then you got Denver, Michigan, Western Michigan, St. Cloud State, Harvard. There's our Ivy Leaguer. Ohio State somehow is borderline relevant in another sport. Boston University. There's our Boston U. Penn State's at number 10. Michigan Tech. Who the hell even knew they had a hockey program? They're banging out Denson car doors, and they're out there playing ice hockey.
Hell yeah.
Minnesota State comes in at number 12.
Well, Minnesota State. You just got to be in Minnesota to have a good program.
Good to have a chance, right? UConn comes in at 16. Notre Dame, actually relevant at something.
Oh, Notre Dame does have a good hockey program, yeah.
14-4. You know, I don't know if I've ever watched a Notre Dame hockey game. I don't like Notre Dame to begin with, so I don't think I would, but
I think their hockey jerseys look kind of nice, if I remember right.
What are you shaking your head at, Chris? TCU, exactly. Having the ball coming down with 3 minutes left and then getting into a jump ball situation. What are you doing?
How does that happen?
Well,
God damn it.
Hey, how'd y'all do in the
Sucks.
Super Bowl, Dave? Who'd you play on the Super
oh,
Bowl?
I had Red Kingdom.
I took home a pretty penny with the Chiefs.
LJ, by the way, I missed this. I was up three quarters of a unit for the Super Bowl, but I was a taint hair away from being up over $3,000. Here's why. I had McKinnon prop to score a touchdown. Of course, he slides at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I had Boston Scott over 10 yards, touchdown, anytime touchdown, and first touchdown. Well, he came within 2 yards of scoring the first touchdown, plus $2,800, $100 bet. That burned from the very beginning of the game. It burned me. But I had 4 units on KC, and I bet 2 units on the under, which obviously didn't hit.
Yeah, all I can say about that game is it's amazing what happens when the quote unquote best defense in football plays an actual quarterback.
Right?
The key to the game, I said the key to the game with 2 things. Jalen Hurts has to throw over the top. He kind of did. But the number one thing, if the O-line holds, because we saw the O-line hold against 49ers years ago, and they won. It didn't hold against Tampa Bay, and they lost. 0 sacks. Yep. 0 sacks. That's why KC won.
Nice free throw. TCU is the ball heading down the court.
With 1.5 seconds left.
Oh, really?
But they got across. But they got across. I think they got across the half court, so they have a catch and shoot situation. Yeah, this is. Well, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. No, actually, no, that's not true. They fouled him with a second half. It's over. They fouled a Kansas player.
Done.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I'm gonna cook a steak and.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Plug whatever you want.
Sports Wagering Network. Just go check them out on YouTube and like, subscribe, and content coming out there daily. And then at Gunspicks on Twitter. Peace out. Thanks for having me on, Dave.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
All right, boys.
All right,
see you, LJ. Earle. That's not Earle. And then Mike. Peace.
All right. Well,
you probably need a name tag. And just put your name right there. So,
well, that's the thing. Yeah.
Put a name tag. Nick.
Kansas wins. Square ass play wins, but that's fine. It wasn't that bad of a game. I think TCU could have won the game. I think they probably should have won the game. I didn't look at their. Let's look at their stats real quick. TCU.
Northridge is a loser. That was a bad play. But Cal Poly's up 4 at halftime, which is nice.
Fucking Cal Poly.
We had Riverside, so there we go.
You know what? There's still an opportunity though.
Congrats on your win on Riverside. There's no way Northridge comes back.
Let's look at what TCU shot. I want to look at their team stats because I watched this game and I think they kind of handled Kansas pretty well, to be completely honest.
I am going to go UC Irvine -8 in the second half. I don't think Cal Poly's going to hold it together. We've seen a lot of these games where the dog has come in and been competitive in that first half, and the second half rolls around and the favorite comes in and kicks the shit out of them. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, they held Kansas to 30% from the field and less than 20% from 3. They should have won this game. Anyway. So we're going to go 2-2-1 on the Dan posted play. So we'll lose the juice, which isn't horrible.
Cal Poly is probably going to decide whether or not I'm profitable or not in college basketball. I had Louisville and NC Central. Both those came through. TCU and Northridge were losers. And then Cal Poly, I'm at 11.5. Hopefully they hold on and cover that. But hockey made my day.
What about UCLA? You didn't get in on UCLA live?
No, I never got. No, I was good a lot, but I didn't have any money in my Bovada account because I pulled all of it. The only time I put in money to Bovada is if I want to play a little bit of poker, I'll throw a couple bucks in, or if I want to make a futures bet, I'll throw the money in for the futures bet, make it on the Bovada book, which I'll probably be betting a lot of baseball futures with that.
UCSB tonight.
So y'all have the Astros repeating?
Probably.
How could you not?
They're definitely winning the American League. I don't
Philly.
see anybody remotely close to them in the American League, other than the Yankees, and they're going to just sweep them again in the ALCS. So, like, legitimately, who's going to stop the Astros in the American League? Is it going to be the Yankees? Is it going to be the Blue Jays, the Mariners, the Guardians? Like, I don't see anybody remotely close to them. National League, I think it's pretty clear cut. The top teams, and it's going to be representing the National League. It's either going to be Atlanta, New York, Philadelphia, LA, San Diego. I don't see any others other than those fives. I think the Central is very weak this year. The Cardinals are very vulnerable. They did nothing in the offseason. I think the Cubs can win that division. And the Brewers are going to fall off. So I really see nobody other than those 5 teams representing the National League. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. I like the Rangers under their win total this year as well. Probably go back to the Angels under their win total because they don't win. They don't get over their win total ever.
Don't bet everything Angels under.
Dodgers over because they win 100 games routinely. I'll probably grab the Braves to win the division, Dodgers to win the division. I want to take a shot with either the White Sox or the Twins to win the Central. I kind of want to take a shot with either one of those. But
looks like my 16 plus 5,000 parlay is still in play here. We're going to need the under 141.5 in this Alabama State game. It looks like everything else is it.
So here's what we're gonna do because we got a little pickup in a couple of viewers. I mean, you guys can go off or whatever, but I'm gonna answer a couple of things in the chat, and then I'm gonna watch the rest of the some of these college games. If you want to talk about anything else or leave, we can. But I noticed Mike still has a little bit of a drink left, so if that happens, then
like Monday, like Friday.
UCSB right now. I'm looking at the live line. They're down 13 points. The live line's minus or plus 8.5. Nothing makes me feel comfortable about that. That would be off for me. Congratulations, we got the square patty of all time. TCU just didn't play well. Their defense held them. Their offense sucked. Their defense held them to 30% and 18% from 3. So that's pretty good.
Dave, is it still square if the number drove from -1 to -3, -3.5?
No. Well, we didn't talk about that. Here's the deal. I'm gonna Darius. When did you bet this? Is the question. Because if you bet this at 3.5, that's not a bad bet. If you bet this because Kansas is a good team and they're better than TCU and it's a higher ranked team getting points, that's square. Because every sharp people I consider that were sharp were on TCU at a -1.5. Not you had a very sharp last minute play.
Dave's telling you, Darius, is he doesn't consider me sharp. So
no, I just said if a line,
there are
many times
that was
where
a little soft backhand, wasn't it?
You could have aggressive. No, not at all. You could have middled this game big time. It was a way middle. In fact, I probably should have done that just to be safe. Is take TCU money line like I had, and then take the
3.5.
Yeah, I mean that's 3.5 is a lot of points. It's a big middle for a pre-flop.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
No. Kansas was right. But
I got a whole series of bad plays. I'll throw them out there. I'll tell you which wasn't one of them. UCLA plus 10.5.
What is it? All right, we need to stop talking about that game because that's not a real game. That's high school girls basketball.
Hey, they shower together and they can come out there and cover a spread. What else?
They shower together. So what do we still got going on? We've got UC Riverside's a blowout. That UCI Cal Poly game could be interesting. I guess if you want to try to bet UCI now.
I did take UCI in the second half. I'll tell you what, this Bethune Cookman is still at 135.5. The original number was 140. What did I get my parlay at? 141.5. So it's only 6 under the number. They're at 104 with 6:43 to go. So the under.
You on the over?
No, I'm on the under. And it's down to 135.5. It's still not a horrible look even at that number now. It's still
you got it at 140?
What? I feel like I said it 6 times. Bethune under 141.5.
Yeah, you're fine. The reason I'm saying is that they got to score like 5 or 6 points a minute, which is
to hit that spot, right?
That's
the last
high for college.
That's the last spot that I had for that plus 5,000 parlay, and then I took them under 143.5, and then I live lined them again. We talked about it here at under 75 for the second half. So I still like it at 135.5. I'd still go under. Matter of fact, I am going to go under.
30. Yeah, they've got to score like over 5 points a minute, which is for colleges a lot.
The only thing is overtime is a potential factor because Bethune came back up. So now Bethune as the dog is leading. Alabama State plus 3.5 is not a bad look. LJ, what are you scrubbing at over there? What else you got for us? It looks like you've been in the lab all night.
Hey man, I'm always studying, man. Just trying to find angles. I'm capping a little bit of the NBA for Thursday. I'm just trying to get ahead of some games, so I won't be cramming all into Thursday. So, just
how many games are on Thursday for the NBA?
9.
Yeah.
Too many. Got it.
How many star players will be healthy scratches on Thursday?
Over under 3.5.
Over. Way over. Adjusted line over. 5.
Well, I'm looking at the early ones. A lot of them are playing. Like LeBron's the only one that's day to day. Luka's playing. Kyrie's day to day.
We got to figure some of those teams.
Anything can happen.
Some of those teams that just picked up new pieces coming off the All-Star break, now's their time to figure it out, right? So Dallas shouldn't have any scratches. They should be trying to come in there. And Suns is the same thing. Well, Suns, KD's probably still not ready yet, but.
What do you guys think about that team? Because I think so. When you have I'm a Lakers fan, so I know about building super teams. Usually, a good team is a superstar and a star and role players. That's what, or 2 superstars and role players. That's what we saw with Shaq and Kobe, with Kobe and Pau Gasol. That's what we saw with AD and LeBron. There were role players around them. I think that this is definitely KD's a superstar. I think Booker is a burgeoning superstar, maybe, and Ayton's a star, and Chris Paul's still probably a star. He's not a superstar by any means, but I think KD fits perfectly in that team. As far as like Ayton's always going to be that typical center down low. Mm-hmm. Devin Booker is going to be the dude. He's going to be like even though this is kind of reversed, the Michael Jordan. Chris Paul is going to be the Pippen or the guy that dishes it. And then you've got Durant to be anywhere he wants to be, anywhere. I think the Suns became the best team in the NBA.
I think that Chris Paul is going to average 12 assists a game, bro.
Yeah,
I believe because he's already at 10, and I may be sliding him, like giving him 2 extra more assists a game with KD.
It takes all the scoring pressure off Chris Paul. It takes
that's
all.
That's my point. He can just facilitate and put like I don't think he's ever played with a player like KD. He's played with big men and he's played with front court people that could go inside and score. Harden was a wing player, point guard. He has a true shooting guard now. And he has a wing player that can shoot from anywhere on the court.
And the Suns got rid of there was, I think people aren't talking about the Jay Crowder thing. Jay Crowder's a good player who was just sitting there, and Jay Crowder was saying, "I don't want to play. Like trade me." They finally got rid of that. Like Paris. Not
he
Paris.
Went to the Bucks. Perfect team for him to go to.
Which is absolutely the Bucks. Just are you kidding me? Jay Crowder was the best player that was just sitting there for anyone to pick up. He's a good player.
Yeah. Which for the Eastern Conference, the Bucks should win it.
But Giannis is a question mark now, boys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count out the Sixers though. I wouldn't count out.
I was going to say I think the Sixers should win it.
They have no heart. They have no heart. Embiid has no heart.
But hear me out on the Sixers here.
Mute buttons on.
They're going to win the East. And so they're going to lose in the NBA Finals. They're going to follow in the footsteps of the Phillies and the Eagles because it couldn't happen to a better city.
I love Philadelphia's fine. That's all good.
Did the MLS team lose too? The MLS team?
Yeah. Yes, they did.
The MLS team and the USL.
MLS, Phillies, Eagles.
Bro, if that happens, dude, I swear to God, bro. That is.
I will laugh because I fucking hate Philadelphia with a passion being a New York guy.
You're
Not
touching
anything to do with Philadelphia.
That should put an end to fixed
Fuck the
sports talk
cheesesteak,
because
too.
you got to figure they're going to win one, right? They can't lose everything. Oh, yes, they can.
Yeah, they can.
Well,
But on
problem
the Suns there, I'm glad I have the future I have with them because I got
the problem
Suns
with the
trading
Sixers
value.
is they don't have the 2-star players don't have heart. They're not champions. Neither of them
Embiid's
are.
a fucking clown.
No, Embiid is a great, talented player. You see him just shut the switch off so many times. He has, and he turns it on, but he's not. He. It's almost like he wants to collect the check.
I feel like the only time I've truly seen him turn it on this season is when he played Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He destroyed
And,
him.
and Jokic rolled over.
And Jokic
right?
is still the MVP because he does it every game. Jokic does it, or Embiid does it only when.
Well, I thought Embiid was the MVP last year. That was my opinion. That was just my opinion.
I mean,
Jokic
he changes
has
the way
to
the
get-
game is played.
Denver has to get to the Western Conference Finals, bro. They
When-
have to.
They've got them and the
they've got
Suns
the
have the best
roster for
makeup. You have a star, and all these role players around him. It's
I
perfect.
get it. But the fact that they're giving Jokic probably another MVP, that's going to be 3 in a row, and he still has not made a conference finals.
I don't
Well,
think they're
here's the
giving.
thing:
I don't think they're giving
MVP is a
him
regular
They can't.
season award. It's not a playoff award.
I don't care. Because Giannis was in the same position when he had 2 MVPs. He never made the Eastern Conference
Who's a
Finals.
bet besides the Suns in the West? And don't I know what you guys are going to say? What's the other team that's gonna do it?
Denver.
Besides the Suns in the West?
The Suns
I
and
mean-
the Denver. Golden
Okay,
State's
the
the only other one that
I think
people
the
are.
Lakers are going to.
I was going to say Golden State. I want to take some Golden State futures.
Lakers are going to shake it up, but they don't have. They're.
Lakers,
I'm
no.
being a
I don't
Lakers
think
fan. They have no chance of winning the West.
Denver's going to be there. Memphis is going to be there. The Suns are going to be there. And who's
Warriors.
the last? Warriors, yeah.
The
I would
Lakers
say
are missing
even as a
something they've
7
missed.
seed. Even as a 7 seed.
The problem with the Lakers, and they've I don't know why they've missed this for so many years. They need a 1 or 2 3-and-D guys. They need a Trevor Ariza, and they do.
You said no.
It's hard to discount the fact that LeBron's a whiny little bitch in the front office, and he said what he wanted. They got rid of Westbrook. They cut his ass out of there. They picked some players
But
up.
they won a title with his wine when he molded the team. He brought in Dwight Howard. He did the same thing. And there's cronyism, but
He won the Mickey Mouse one
it's not. They were still the same talent.
crowd.
It was.
with no
What
crowd.
does that matter? The same talent. This is
No
the thing.
pressure.
I think LeBron knows he's running out of fucking runway, and it's his
Well,
time
that
to
too.
step it up.
That too. But
They gave what he wanted.
it doesn't take away from the fact that the Lakers don't do what they need to do. They don't need the hot dog. They don't need the Kyrie that people were talking about going there. They don't need all that shit. They need a couple 3-and-D guys, role players. That's what they need.
No.
But I'm going to say this right now. I say right now the NBA championship is going
Bucks
to be.
Warriors. Or
It's
Bucks
either going to
Nuggets.
be the Bucks Warriors or the Bucks Suns. That's what I think.
I think after the trade deadline, this is kind of what I was thinking. We saw the Clippers get better. We saw the Mavs get better. We saw the Suns get better. We saw the
Westbrook is
Lakers get
poison.
better. It's the
Westbrook's
best
definitely
time
poison.
now to buy in on some Warriors and Nuggets futures because those two teams didn't do much because they didn't need to.
So y'all
What's-
have no faith in the Clippers? What about the Clippers?
The Clippers,
And
the
they-
Clippers are like the Clippers are like the Chargers. They get
I don't
into the
trust the
playoffs
Clippers.
and they lose in the first round. They falter. No, the Clippers can. And by the way, Westbrook is locker room poison.
Well, I know one thing. If KD does not win a championship with the Suns, bro, he's not going to have another opportunity. This is his last
KD's
one.
what a
Boston's gonna
fucking
fall off.
overrated guy that dude is. I can't, basketball is not my forte. It's not my specialty. It's something
No,
I've come
NBA is
into
not
as
my
a
forte.
player.
No.
How could this guy be the rating that he gets? He was in OKC. They fucking sucked every year. He went to Golden State. He got his thing. He came over to Brooklyn. I felt like he went to Brooklyn. He got his true colors, right? He doesn't want to play. He wants to be traded. He's not
All
quite
of them
good
did.
enough.
It wasn't a good atmosphere, but when he came to Golden State, him going to Golden State is almost exactly like him going to the Suns.
But
It's almost the exact same thing.
Yeah,
I think him going to the Suns is more like him going to Golden State. Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's.
But the Nets was one of those super. I would talk about super teams. Like the Lakers have tried to build them. There are very few teams. Like the Miami Heat were one. The Celtics were one. When these teams try to build super teams, there's too many chefs in the kitchen. They don't mesh. And I think with how the dynamic of the Suns work, KD can just be. He can reign. He's the king.
He doesn't need to be a leader in that locker room.
Which he just can shoot.
Kevin Durant, I don't really have too much respect for him. Yeah, he's a talented player or whatever, but he's somebody who just goes to already established teams. I remember
what's the problem with that? Joining the best side. What's the problem with that? Get paid and win rings. Who the fuck cares?
I mean, he only joined the Warriors to win a title after the Warriors knocked him out in the playoffs the previous year.
No problem.
And I remember seeing one of the greatest references when it came to Kevin Durant joining the Warriors to win the title after they went they won the title the year before the Warriors and then they added him. Yeah, it was like, Kevin Durant earning his first ring with that Warriors team is almost like someone losing their virginity to a prostitute. Of course you're going to do it.
Nothing wrong with that either. Hey,
come on. That's a great comparison.
It is a good comparison, but who cares? What's the difference? If you have a team like Cleveland that had LeBron and Kyrie and won just because of LeBron, or a team that was a superstar team that won, they still have rings. Who the fuck cares? And KD is very, very transparent. He says, I don't want to be the leader. Yep. I don't want to talk to the media. Yep. I don't want to be that dude. I want to go make money and win rings. That's what
you can't command the top dollar then if you don't want to be the leader.
But he's the most talented. But that's not true. You can be. Here's the deal. I say this. I'm going to go. I say this about our little thing is that I want to be a contributor, like as a capper. I don't want to be the lead guy. Like let your talent, like he just wants to be the talented guy that gets paid. Yeah, but
you're not, if we were all getting paid, you're not asking to be the most paid guy.
He wants to come in, he wants to go in there, silently do his thing. Just like LJ was just silently giving out.
What's the most?
You get a contract maximum.
What's the matter if you make 35 or 45 million? What does it matter? I mean, who the fuck cares at that point?
Because you shouldn't be considered the guy that I don't know. Maybe I'm old school.
He's not the best player in the NBA. He's not.
But if you're a leader, you come into an organization, you get the big dollar, and then your team comes out and they win. And that's it just seems to me that's the way it works.
This comment needs to be said.
Yeah, it just depends.
Sprinkled $1,000 on. By the way, good luck to you with whatever. I don't know what that means. Are you sprinkled on Bethune and Irvine? Meaning what? A parlay?
Money line?
Fucking good luck to you. I hope that's not.
Like a money line.
Irvine's in play. I rolled a parlay with some.
I hope that's not yen.
Cal Poly is not missing right now. They're up 6 points with 12 and a half to go.
Is that Japanese yen? Like, fuck, dude.
I don't, but there's a lot of time, 12 and a half still. So if you see Irvine just needs to come back and win, I'm not against that.
$1,000 to parlay live money line,
right?
Yeah, just a sprinkle. By the way, you do you, bro. I put $1,000 on some bad bets too.
Hey, so hit us up in the DM. Let us help you stretch that out.
Damn.
And by the way, we're about to sell. We want to buy our picks.
Right?
I made. Yeah, if you have $1,000 a bet last year, if that's your bet size, I would have made you almost $78,000 last year. We can be friends.
Hey, for real, man. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here.
Yeah, it's about time to go.
Yeah,
but I want to do a show before Thursday, man. NBA.
Okay, well, I'm game. Just let me know.
Okay, I'll hit y'all up. Whoever's available. It's gonna be Wednesday, probably like late. So get some early props in, get some look aheads, things like that. Because I'm a mad scientist when it comes to this NBA, man. Like I do quarters, I do halves, third quarter, like whatever I can find some money, I'm gonna find it. It could be the shittiest team in the league, like the Rockets. I'm pretty sure I could find a way to make some money off of them.
Rockets are one of the most profitable teams this year. What are you talking about?
So I'm always trying to find an angle, man. So let's do this Wednesday so we can Get some people some money, man.
All right, boss. Once you tell us what you got going on, where we find you, all the good stuff.
You can find me at LJ Sports Media on Twitter, like always. Pub Sports Radio. You can find me doing streams, doing Jimmy. I'll be on with Jimmy next Wednesday, March 1st, I believe. I'll be on with Jimmy. And hey, just continue to like, subscribe, and share the content, man. Like I said, we all trying to get paid. So whatever angle you can find, whatever trend, any notes that you can share with the people, let's do it, man. We're all a community trying to make money. So let's continue the process. So
all right, buddy. Have a good night.
All right, man. Mike, Tim, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Yeah. Let's do it Wednesday so we can get this money.
Let's get it, LJ. Big hockey day tomorrow.
All right, Mike and Tim.
Nick.
Real Deal Prime looks like I can't put a finger on it. Well, we all run in the same circles, bro. So you're going to see us on a lot. We do what we do.
You get to see my ugly mug too much.
Yeah, no, all of us. Yeah, let's just wrap this up. We got videos to do and all this, and we just dip down.
We're good.
Thanks for everyone for showing up. You're late to the party. Real Deal, quick 30 seconds. What do you want to know if you have a question for us? Or whatever. We went over a lot of plays tomorrow. We'll be here for 30 more seconds if you want, if you haven't left. Chris Brady, thanks for showing up. We'll start with Tim, also known as Nick. What do you have going on, and where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me over on Twitter at PimpSlapPOD. I'm also live every single morning, anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show here on the Earle Sports Bet channel. Twitter at Nicholas_Earle. I tweet out all my action, so you can find me over there as well. So, yeah,
cool. And Mike M, newly Pimp Slap POD on Twitter. It's true. That's his name.
That's why I said it.
Yeah. Are you Mike or Nick or Tim? We don't know who you are. What? Tell us who you are.
I'm Pimp Slap. Play of the night.
You guys know what's up. I love jumping in on these live streams. Appreciate you, Dave, sending me the invite and sharing time with you guys. I respect your opinions, and it helps me with capping, especially as we look ahead. So, tomorrow I'm excited about the NHL card. I already feel like I've got that behind me. I'll grab a couple prop bets, and we'll get in there. You guys will see the plays on Twitter. Follow me. You guys already have heard the tag there. So, Dave, I'm looking forward to it, man. Thanks again for the opportunity, and let's see what we can do tomorrow and try to put some money in everyone's pockets. Hope you guys cash that UCLA play with me as well. You know where it's at.
Yeah. And I'm Dave. Obviously, this is my channel. PicksFromDave everywhere. Twitter here, YouTube. And we'll probably do another one tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I want to do this more often because I think at least it helps me. I hope it helps everyone else. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe. Nerd and the Turd is on Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Runs for about 30 minutes. Hammer Poop was supposed to be here, but he was doing night golfing. So either way. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to our chat too. You guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us.
Darius S. New to me. Real Deal Prime. Cliff Yang, who Equanimous. Sounds like that guy that's Amon-Ra St. Brown's brother. Dabby Cab, you're not here anymore. But anyways. All right, guys. Best of luck. We'll see you soon. Take care.
See you, bro.